What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the LaserDisc Wolfpack THX CAV Special Limited Edition podcast. I am your host, Culturedog Sam Hatch. There's only 4 of us here right now, but I swear, as the evening progresses, it's going to multiply like gremlins late at night. We'll see. Hopefully someone will show up. In the meantime, I'm going to pass it around the room so everyone can introduce themselves. Oh, wait a second. Who's this guy? Whoa.
Whoa,
Early arrival.
on time.
Anyway, so I'm going to pass it over to my man with the utmost poppin lockin skills, Ryan Cushing.
Thank you, Sam. Tonight's podcast is brought to you by our sponsor, Alt Brew, with their Holy Hop Grenade Double IPA, gluten-free since forever. And I'll pass it off to Marcus.
All right. As always, I'm sponsored by water, and I hope everyone is fresh and styling and profiling for our hip hop episode tonight.
Yep.
Looking forward to this. Let's see. I'll pass it over to Hayden.
Sponsored once again by the returning Dinosaur Mug, Breakfast Blend Coffee. Very excited to talk about this movie and possible movies. These were a good time. Wouldn't have seen them if they hadn't been recommended for the podcast. So very excited
Excellent.
about that. So I'll pass it on to Vinny.
Hello. I'm sponsored by A24 because they make good movies.
Ryan begs to differ, but
Well, we'll talk about it for 4 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe not their last one.
Good times. Well, yeah, thanks for joining us.
I'll have to scramble to grab my pickups, but you guys get the ball rolling.
Yeah, you beat Maxine in, so that's impressive.
I forget you're live every time now.
Yeah, sorry. Yep. So no gaffes, no swear words. I guess you could say bad words. But anyways, as always, I am sponsored by a Kylo Ren tumbler full of water. So there you go. Oh, the child is here. The heir.
How's it going?
What's going on? Laser discs. Yay. Daddy's got too many laser discs. That's what I heard.
Just carry on.
All right. Anyways, past few episodes, we've been doing a spotlight on a certain title or sometimes a certain director or genre. So we're going to bring out a new disc this time, which sadly, this could have been reissued in the 90s on LD, but it was only released a few times. But we are going to talk about the classic MGM UA distributed Canon Films film from 1984 entitled Breakin, aka Breakdance, aka I think it was like a Break something 84 or something in some country. It didn't come out on LD though, but
It was not break stuff though. That was
Break
Limp
stuff. Yeah.
Bizkit.
But Marcus, you had something to say about this film, correct?
Yeah, I got a whole intro plan because what I want to do is I want to set the context for the film overall because I think it's important to understand where within hip hop history this film came out and what was going on at the time. So let's go back 50 years from today, right?
Yep.
Hip hop started in the Bronx in the early 70s. It's purported to have started, at a house party. Word is Vinny might have actually been there that night. Not sure. He can tell stories.
Yeah, we both started in the Bronx in the 70s, but they're much more successful.
And it was born in the Bronx, on the streets, in the ghetto, really as a cultural expression of mostly the youth, right? So black and brown kids on the street. There's several elements of hip hop. So you got DJing, rapping, graffiti, and breakdancing. Side note, it actually wasn't called breakdancing until 1981 or 82 when the media got a hold of it and started reporting on it. And they, instead of calling it breaking or b-boying, b-girling, they coined the term breakdancing. There's actually kind of, from what I've seen, it's kind of offensive to the b-boys at the time to hear what they were doing called breakdancing. They didn't like that. They were not down for that at all. And so collectively, all these elements are what's known as hip hop. So then let's fast forward to 1979. It's an important year within hip hop. So hip hop had existed for almost a decade. just in neighborhoods. This is no commercial success, no mainstream. It had not gone mainstream yet, just on the streets. And then all of a sudden, Sugar Hill Gang came out with Rapper's Delight, and it hit number 36 on the Billboard Top 40 that year. And so most people consider that to be the first rap song ever recorded on vinyl, and definitely the first rap song to ever have any sort of mainstream success, right? In my research, I actually found a couple other songs that were released earlier in 1979 that when listening to them today, we would definitely consider them to be rap. But for most folks, that's the first rap song ever recorded. And so that was really the first sign. So 1979 was the first sign that hip hop was starting to go mainstream and to be accepted by wider culture, which we'll talk about that some because there's some themes in the movie around that whole element. So now I want to point out some notable hip hop films that predated Breakin, and it's not, the list is very short, as you'll see. So the earliest movies to include a scene with breakdancing, so not a whole movie, but just a scene with breakdancing. Tommy in 1975, there was a short breakdance scene. And then Fame in 1980, which has an LD, also had some breakdancing elements. Wild Style is considered to be the first hip hop movie.
Sadly, no LaserDisc, right?
No LaserDisc. We only got a VHD, unfortunately.
Yep.
And I've actually seen it pop up a couple of times in Japan, and it's not cheap. Like I've tried to get it just to have it, and it's not something that goes for cheap, unfortunately. But one of these days, I'll get my hands on it. So that film was filmed in New York in '81. It was released in 1983, and that film primarily focused on graffiti culture, but it also included a lot of rapping and breakdancing. And most folks consider that to be kind of like the raw street alternative to Breakin. And then Style Wars came out the same year. Style Wars was a documentary. I think it was PBS, released in '83. So I've got the DVD and the Blu-ray.
Nice.
The DVD has some extra features that the Blu-ray does not have. So if you're looking for a copy, that's the one you want to pick up. Hold on one second. My kids are knocking. Hey, I'm on the podcast. I'll come over in 5 minutes. All right. So after Style Wars, then we had Flashdance, 1983. Definitely not a hip hop film, but had a couple small hip hop elements.
Yep.
So there were a couple breakdancing scenes in Flashdance. One with some kids who were dancing on the street, and like it kind of lingered and let them do their thing. And then Jennifer Beals' character at the end, when she was doing her big audition, she had breakdancing elements like right at the end. She did a backspin, right? And I actually didn't realize this until I was researching this, but that was actually not Jennifer Beals that did that backspin. It was a breakdancer. His name was Crazy Legs, and he's infamous in New York. Vinny probably has heard of him. He was the leader of the Rocksteady crew, which was like one of the biggest and first b-boy and b-girl crews in New York. All right, so those are all the films, and then we come to just before Breakin, we come to Breakin and Entering.
Yes.
So this is a documentary. I've actually never seen it, but it's a documentary released in '83, and this told the story. This is really the first West Coast one, right? So all these other ones are all East Coast, New York, Bronx. So Breakin and Entering told the story of the group that was in Los Angeles at a hip hop club called Radiotron, and this would be the inspiration for the movie Breakin. So they saw all of what was going on the West Coast, in and around Venice Beach as well, and they said, let's make a film out of this. Also, word has it that, and I forget the guy's name, but the guy who owned Canon, one of the owners. There were two owners. His daughter saw some of them performing in Venice Beach. Came home, raved so much about it that he said, "All right, we need to get this film out ASAP because this is what's hot right now, and we got to beat Beat Street, which is coming out towards the end of the year. So hurry up with production and get this film out so we can be really the second widely released hip hop related film that's out there just right after Wild Style." So that is the context in which we're sitting in 1984 as Breakin is released in May of 84. And I just wanted to give that context to kind of understand where it fit in, right? So we haven't seen huge commercial success yet coming out of hip hop. Some music and media starting to cover it, but I think as we'll see, Breakin is really the first, or from a movie perspective, the first big movie that we have by way of hip hop movies.
Nice. Did Vinny see this in the theaters?
I saw Breakin' 2
Oh, okay.
in theaters. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I saw Breakin' 1. They came out really close together. 83,
Like same
84.
year, right?
7 months apart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Irish, is that Irish twins? I don't know.
Yeah, because they're already promoting
that-
the second one at the end credits of this film. So
Yeah.
Right.
That's just a canon special, though. You know,
Yeah.
if they don't come out with two of the same movie in the
Right.
same year, they didn't get enough out of their production value.
yeah, this is right
Yeah.
up your alley, Ryan, because canon
Oh, yeah.
films, right?
Yep.
You have the founders' names tattooed, right? You could probably.
Yeah, Golan,
Globus, yeah.
Globus.
Yeah.
There you go.
Excellent.
So are we talking about it?
Yeah, jump in. Yeah.
I sold my Breakin' 1 and 2 Laserdiscs to fund my Criterion habit.
Bad Vinny.
I'd gotten them, I'd gotten them from Peter, actually.
Yeah, so I have
But then-
Vinny's Breakin' too.
Ah,
so
nice.
thank
Oh,
you.
there you go.
I was missing the
It
US
was on.
copy.
It wouldn't be possible without it. But I did replace them with this cool Breakin' DVD box set that has both films, plus Beat Street, plus a documentary, which I don't know what's on. I wonder if it's that LA one, but it's got a bunch of stuff on here. So I'm
Yeah.
curious to see what's on that. So I was able to watch Breakin', a little bit of Breakin' 1, but really Breakin' 2, because that's, I mean, really the best sequel name of all time. Or are we going to even pretend there's a better name?
I mean, I still
Breakin' 2
add
Boogaloo?
Electric Boogaloo to the end of anything that's a
Anything,
sequel
yeah.
nowadays. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it is a trendsetter.
So-
And yeah, thinking about Flashdance too, like this seems like it borrowed at least an element from Flashdance in which there's a dancer, Special K. It's almost
Yeah.
like they took that one scene in Flashdance. They're like, all right, well, what if she hung out with that crew and then became part of them and then kind of exploded out a little bit more. So,
Yeah.
so it's got, traditional dancing and how that clashes with street dancing and whether or not you can make it doing street dancing because it's
Right.
unrefined and just troublemakers are out there doing these crazy moves on the streets and
Yeah.
The street people, as her dad calls them.
yeah.
The street people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So interestingly, I don't think we knew. I don't think we necessarily knew that Special K was came from Wealth until the second film, right? Because they didn't really mention it.
They don't get into it. Yeah.
They don't
Even
get
Wealth,
into it.
yeah.
She's just
Super
working.
Wealth.
She's working at the local, burger joint.
Yep.
Clearly she's been classically trained in ballet and that kind of stuff, but you
Yeah.
don't really know until the second film of where she came from.
Yeah. And Lucinda Dickey is the actress, also
Yeah.
a dancer. So that makes sense. And then, of course, Shabadoo and Boogaloo Shrimp are the main break dancers in this film. So Adolfo Quinones was in that documentary, right, Marcus? I think.
Yeah, he was. So he was in there. Ice-T as well.
Yes.
And Boogaloo Shrimp, who played Turbo in the film,
Yep.
was also featured in that documentary.
Look,
Yeah.
Breakin', they clearly didn't have the street cred and the bona fides that the other movies did. I mean, the music is pretty bad. They had that hit from the first one. There is the great scene in the first movie where he does the dance with the broom.
Yep.
That's classic, and they use Kraftwerk for that. And then the song in Breakin' 2 that they keep using, which is great, George Kranz song, Dindada. Now, both of those songs are songs I was playing in clubs, 2 or 3 years later. So those were crossover. Those were new wave dance hits.
This had
So that-
Art of Noise in it too, beatbox in the
Yeah.
first one.
But look, the plots are thin in those. They all, whenever I feel like there's a dozen movies where the kids have to save the community center, but this was the one. Like this was, I don't know if it was first, but it certainly did it the biggest. Like it was basically the entire film was saving this community center, which I call BS on the amount of money raised in so little time before her dad shows up with the check. There's I don't know, a few thousand people in town with change, and they rack up about $100,000.
Yep.
So that was pretty amazing.
I always forget that that's not in the first film. So when I watch the first film,
Yeah,
I'm
that's right.
I'm like, oh, they don't have to save the community center. They're just trying to make it. I'm like,
Right.
well, that's
And the
kind of cool.
community center is called Miracles, of course.
Yeah.
You would have thought by making it in the first film that they would have had money second.
Right.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
It's canon that 7 months isn't enough to make it.
Right.
Hey, Vinny. So you mentioned the room scene, and for me, between the both films, that one scene is so iconic for me. I was too young. I was born in '81, so I probably didn't see that scene until the late '80s. But I never swept the kitchen the same after seeing it. Right.
Right.
And all my friends I knew, we were trying to do it as well.
Mhm.
Interestingly, Boogaloo Shrimp, I've read conflicting things online about this. So I believe he worked with Michael Jackson. I think he was one of his choreographers. And there are YouTube videos out there, you should go check them out, that show Boogaloo Shrimp's moves and Michael Jackson's, and they mirror each other like almost exactly. Even there's footage of Boogaloo Shrimp doing a moonwalk, before Michael Jackson ever did. And there were a couple of other guys who influenced them as well to do that. But it's just interesting to see how MJ, took those elements, from various places, including breakdancing, and made it his own, and it just propelled him, to his level of greatness. Just to kind of show the influence of hip hop, even in pop at that time.
Yeah, and I also watched Beat Street and some of Crush Groove today. Beat Street, I think, is the better. It's hard to call them best because they're not great, but Beat Street is probably the best of the bunch, I think. It's got the more dramatic story. It's got a good actress in Rae Dong Chang, right? His actual acting chops, where most of the movies do not have. It's not, the story is decent. It doesn't involve saving anything, So, I think that one holds up the best. And they have great music. That Ice-T and Breakin, to me, I can't imagine he can watch that. It's pretty embarrassing.
yeah, he's just
he
freestyling.
calls when he's asked about his performance, he calls it "quote unquote" whack. That's what he said. He said it's whack, right?
Yeah.
I did the math. It was only 7 years between that and when I saw him with Body Count.
Yep.
So that's quite a leap in 7 years for someone.
Right.
To do.
Right. But this movie put his music.
Yeah.
On the scene, like it made a name for him, because before that, nobody really knew who he was.
Yeah, for sure. I think Beat Street and Crush Groove obviously have the better, the more legitimate acts. I do have Crush Groove on vinyl. But,
Hey, who's got the Breakin soundtrack? Anybody?
someone
Oh, hold on.
I keep taking pictures of it at every record store and sending it to you guys.
I was
There we
gonna say,
go.
all right, Marcus has got it.
Yeah. So shout out to R.E. Franklin, because he just sent this to me recently.
Oh,
So
sweet. Yeah.
If you're watching,
What's up,
thanks,
Ari
man.
Franklin?
Yeah.
So, Max, this is like your neck of the woods, though. Like, so,
I know, I freaking love seeing all of the California and all of the Venice and just like all the scenery. I love that. I like
people from the New York Breaking movies.
right. I had seen this long ago on cable, and I just literally watched it again today. And I unfortunately haven't seen the sequel, but I have it on LaserDisc. I was gonna watch it. I didn't have time to watch it today, but I watched the first one, and man, I feel like I have been looking for a long time for the movie that contains the most montage.
yeah, there's some solid montage in here.
You
There
know
were
what I
two
mean?
solid
Yeah.
montages.
There's
Breaking 2 is all
much.
montage,
Yeah.
basically.
I mean, like the amount of dialogue versus dance sequence. Like, I mean, it's a dance movie, but like, there's not a lot of dialogue really.
No.
Well, they
there's
let
a
the
lot of
dance speak for them.
Exactly, but I kind of liked that. I thought that was unique in that kind of sense because there's like essentially this is like a movie where it's like 90% dancing.
Yeah, it's funny. There's a couple of moments in the film where it's like the actors act almost better just physically. Like there's moments where there's just a look and you're like, damn, they're like knocking it out of the park. But then the spoken word wasn't as fine tuned. Yeah.
Knowing how quickly they shot it, I can't imagine. It feels like a soap opera when they just basically tell you generally what's going on.
Yeah.
It's like they were just making up lines, or first takes, I'm sure, for a lot of them.
But I like some of there's some nice nuances. Yeah, Turbo, I like how he's kind of the comedic element to it, but he's also the one that has a little bit more insight. He's the one that's like, no, we can't get her involved. It's going to be bad news. And there's the great scene where Special K rolls up and she's looking for Ozone and he's missing. And Turbo's just like, what's going on, right? And she just looks at him. And it's like, all right, that was a cool little moment. Like, he knows what's going on. He's like, just stop playing like an idiot and recognize that Ozone's in you.
Yeah. Yeah, I like how Turbo's skeptical of her, right?
Yeah.
I think probably more than Ozone, he represents folks who like street folks, right?
Yep.
Because he's like, look, she's not from here. This is never gonna work.
Yep.
We can't even show up to the club with her. I mean, how many white women breakdancers were there back then? On the way, probably couldn't even count them more than one hand for sure. Not more than a couple. So he definitely was not down to have her as part of the crew. But they almost didn't have a choice when in that scene where the first battle scene with the other crew.
Yeah, what was that? Electro Rock, right?
Yeah, Electro Rock.
Yeah.
And the two guys did their thing, and then this woman comes out of nowhere and just like crushes it.
Yep.
And Ozone was pissed. He storms off. And they had to figure something out to counter that. So they had to get a female in their group. It's so cool.
So Hayden, this is your first world in the Breakin' world, right? Experience? Yeah. How'd it go?
Oh, it was awesome. My girlfriend and I watched the first one night before last, and then we watched the second last night.
Oh, sweet.
We were talking about the dialogue being kind of cheesy. It took us a minute to warm up to it in the first one, but once they kind of introduced the characters, and especially once the first dance battle happened, then it goes into 10th gear and doesn't stop. And it's anytime they do stop to talk, like the dialogue, it's cheesy. It just it's good enough. But yeah, like y'all were saying, when they're dancing, they'll like look right at the camera sometimes, and it's like there's more acting in their faces. They're feeling it, and it's just very, I wasn't really familiar with any of the names of the actual actors in the movie prior to seeing these.
You probably knew Shooter McGavin from Happy Gilmore.
Oh my gosh!
As the manager.
I love him.
Seen Happy Gilmore.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah. All right, so maybe that.
But it just, when we were watching it, we were like, okay, they definitely hired dancers, and then we're just like, you can speak lines, right? You can talk. Okay, good. Then you can do the dancing. That is the most important thing. I'm going to jump ahead to the second movie real quick. I just want to say the dance battles in that one, especially the one under the bridge, where it's like trash can lids versus nunchucks.
Yeah.
That was one of the best things I've ever seen in my life. I like how it is functionally a fight scene in the movie, but they're just dancing. It's just a choreographed dancing experience, and it's like, they're fighting. It's a gang fight technically, but this is cooler.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was so hoping for a dance fight when they were in the first one, when they were at the like honky tonk outdoor patio.
So random.
Completely random.
They're not dance fighting.
Yeah, like I was really hoping they were okay. So I want to say the plot for the first one. There's the bad guy in the first movie, Franco, who is literally just Dennis from Always Sunny. Like you could just have AI graft his face onto him, and he would be exactly the same. I
wrote down he was Luke Perry and Lance Henriksen had a baby. That's what I wrote down.
Yeah.
But
It's the whole time I was watching, I felt like I knew him from something, and maybe I've seen him in something before, but he just looks like too many faces just amalgamated together into this one skeezy guy. And then later on we meet James, the agent.
Yep.
And I like how they set up that he might be a creep also, but then he actually, once he sees them break dance, he's fully on board, wants to see them go to the top. I thought it was so funny that he's watching them break dance, and then he just very loudly starts clapping with the beat, just very awkwardly. And then there's the party that he holds where Franco is there, and
the old ladies.
I love Turbo at the snack table talking to the ladies. And
they're gonna make a movie together or something.
Yeah, he's like, man, we're at it. He's like, man, let's get going. He's like, man, I'm talking to them about a 3-movie deal. Turbo. I think throughout both movies, Turbo was my favorite character. Just the dancing was awesome. I can't dance at all, so it's just mind blowing to see everything that happens across these two movies, especially the second one. Personally, I think it had the more dancing and the better dancing. But Marcus, you were mentioning the broom sequence. That took me completely off guard. The way he just starts just making the broom float, and it doesn't need to make sense. It's cool. It's there to be cool. And I like how there's a lot in these movies where it is kind of just rule of cool. What line needs to be said right now to transition into another dance sequence. Yeah. Just all the moments where Ozone would just be like, I know what we got to do. And then it cuts hard cut to them dancing with music.
Yeah, the pacing is super fun. It's like nonstop set pieces. There's a little bit of dialogue, a little bit of drama, and then another dance set piece.
Yeah.
Part two is just hordes of people in the street at all times walking towards something. And then dancing when they get there. Any day of the week, I don't know what day of the week it is. Is it summer? No one's working. They're just all walking. And everyone else is dancing too. It is a
the camera is rolling, so it's time to dance.
Or Ozone's on the roof of the community center just jamming by himself.
The first one's got the guy in the crutches. That's a killer scene.
That was crazy.
Fantastic.
Oh my god, it's insane.
There's the little kid dancing too. He's got some moves.
And then that's him at the end in the last sequence coming out of the trash can.
Yeah, he shows up again.
Great.
Yep.
Turbo, they break off his cast in the second one. He's on crutches when he gets to the thing, and then they just rip it off.
And of course, somebody has to mention Jean-Claude Van Damme too, right?
Oh, sure.
Yeah, I was hoping he was going to throw down and maybe start a fight or something, or break into a dance sequence, and we got him kind of gyrating in the back.
Yeah, just got to do it.
Chilling.
Yeah.
This may surprise you. I don't know his origin. How does Jean-Claude get from that to where? I mean, he's not only a year or two away from his own movies, right?
I have heard the origin story of how he got sucked into this, but it's since fallen out of my head. I think it was just one of those.
I assume he made some canon movies. No?
Yeah.
But
wasn't Kickboxer canon?
Yeah.
But
Doesn't he dance kickboxer?
We like the way he dance, being the kickboxer.
Yeah. And it was just, I think he was just, doing something.
I think he was one of those guys around that was in the right spot at the right time and, fit the cast.
We need extras. Yep.
Little fake on his credentials in the end, but it's canon. That's all you needed.
Yeah. You were going to say something, Hayden? Sorry, didn't mean to.
Oh no, I just another thing I love about both these movies is, so in the first one, it seems like it's building up to a dance-off between our protagonists and Franco.
Yeah.
Instead, once the judges, which by the way, there's the part where the judges are watching them dance and the judges are kind of warming up to them.
Yeah, especially the British guy there.
It's cutting from the dancing to the judge, just like, it's just very Tim and Eric style editing. It was great.
And then the woman's like, "You're in my way. I can't see."
Yeah. And then Franco just gives up and leaves. So then they get to do uninterrupted, basically music video at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
And then a recap montage after that.
Yeah.
And then the second one kind of ends similarly, where the bad guy just kind of gives up. He's just like, I guess we're going to make a big donation actually, and so then a big uninterrupted dance number gets to happen. Yeah. Just their victory is inevitable. Nothing can stop them.
And her dad, while seeing her on TV on a 2-inch black and white by his pool, Like that's Kelly, and he runs down there and gives him put him over the top.
So Ryan, does this get the stamp of approval? Canon Films.
Oh yeah, I mean it's perfect canon. Light plot.
Yep.
All on whatever the gimmick is. In this case, it is dancing.
87 minutes.
Like they didn't spend any money on, maybe a little bit, but not too much, and rushed right to production in theater. They just nailed it.
Yeah, the budget of this was $1.2 million,
Wow,
and it made domestically 38.7.
that's a
Yeah.
lot of money.
I
Very
think it might
successful.
have been one of their like last financially successful movies that didn't like make money in the secondary market to float the company.
Yeah.
Now,
Hey, someone else-
sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say someone else you may have recognized. She was an extra in the first one and had a bit more of a prominent role. She was a dancer in both. Leela Rashawn, she was in
Know the name.
Waiting to Exhale and several other movies in the 90s and music videos in the she was in a Tupac music video. She was in a Luther Vandross music video. Anyway, she was married to Shabadoo.
Oh, nice.
So they met during filming, and they were married for like 6 years in the 80s. It's kind of random. Another random fact. Hey, Max, curious, where do you back to the fight scene, the bar fight scene?
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out like where is this bar in Los Angeles? I couldn't figure out.
It's
it
like an
felt like it
outdoor
was so
patio.
far out,
Yeah.
like in the country somewhere. I'm like, this doesn't feel like California at all.
I think
Maybe like the
that was
desert or something.
borderline built maybe on like a studio lot, because it didn't look like all the way budget, but like I don't know. I mean, there's a bunch of places that are gone that are that size stuff. Like, and I mean, I would. It's possible.
Yeah, I couldn't place.
It's
I
like
couldn't place
kind
where
of
it
looks
was.
like Valley to me. It may be like Reseda or something like that.
I wonder if there's a lot of concert posters on the walls. I wonder if those are real. Like, if that was a real venue, we could probably just track them by those concerts.
Oh no, we should look that up.
Yeah.
Yeah, given they were driving from like Venice, Santa Monica area, I couldn't place where exactly they drove to. That would be close.
Club
Yeah.
Radiotron was a real club too, right? Because I think that's in that
It
documentary.
was. Yeah, I think it was in MacArthur Park. I think that's where it was.
Yeah. So
Marcus, which of the other movies are your favorite outside of the documentaries?
Let's see. So favorite of the bunch, I really like Crush Groove, because of all the stars that are in it.
Yeah,
right?
they definitely got the star factor. I didn't need the Fat Boys comedy.
Yeah,
Like I forgot, like they're in high school. It's just weird.
yeah.
Does anybody have
But
Disorderlies
between-
on LD?
Oh, I
Between
do.
Sheila
nice. Go Max.
E and Run DMC.
Oh yeah,
I mean, they kill it. I got both the Japanese and the U.S. And then Disorderlies. Yeah, Disorderlies is way over the top. I mean, the
Yeah,
Fat
it
Boys
is.
are just they're just way over the top. So
I saw that for my birthday.
it's funny.
at the
It's funny
cinemas.
for what it is, and it's cool that it's out there. But not my favorite. I'd probably say Beat Street and Crush Groove are at the top for me, and then Breakin is like right. The first one is right below. I don't really care for the second one as much. The storyline, I don't really vibe with it as much. But the dancing is better than the first one because you have more of it.
Beat Street is a hard PG.
Yeah, 4K Cinema HD in
Yeah.
the chat says he saw Beat Street at 16 Candles as a double bill in the theater. So
That's
Wow,
awesome.
that's wild.
That's a double bill.
So Breakin, the first one, beat out 16 Candles that first week
weekend?
in '84. Yeah,
wow.
yeah, and it ended up grossing more than 16 Candles in the theaters.
It
Yeah, I
was-
pulled the list of the films that it beat out that year domestically, and I was actually really surprised. So it beat out, this is only domestically because some of these did more internationally,
Yeah.
but it beat out Terminator, Friday the 13th, The Final Chapter, Dune, The Last Starfighter, Pinocchio, theatrical re-release, A Nightmare on Elm Street. Can you believe that? It beat out Nightmare on Elm Street in the theater.
Wow.
Wow.
US, Firestarter, and it beat Beat Street as well.
Wow.
I was I left the Bronx late 70s, like 78, 79. So in the suburbs, early 80s, there were a bunch of white kids with windbreakers, including me, and getting into dance crews and having battles at parties.
Oh, for sure.
It was huge. And wasn't there some,
Get that cardboard box
Yeah,
and just go for it. Yeah.
yeah, Footloose had a couple of moments too of breaking. I remember a little later. But yeah, there was a good 2 or 3 years there where, it was really popular. So makes sense.
Yeah, so supposedly this is part of a trilogy. I don't know if any of you all picked up on this.
Oh,
or if
Rappin'.
you know about this. Yeah, Rappin'. I had never heard of that film.
Same director
before
too.
I started researching for this, and I'm like, oh, I gotta get that and watch it.
Yeah, is it on
It's
LD?
on Blu-ray.
I don't think
It's on
so.
Blu-ray.
Yep.
No,
Does
it's
it
not
have the
on
same
LD.
cast?
No, who's the star?
No, it's
It's
not
Ice-T.
connected to the first two films. Oh, Ice-T.
Yeah.
But it's not.
Mario
It's
Van
not
Peebles
connected to the
and
Van
story.
Peebles, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and Crush Groove was Blair Underwood's first movie.
Man.
Yep.
Good deal. All right, so Hayden, you like the second one the best, right? Yeah.
I did. There's just so many cool set pieces.
Yeah.
Also, Maxine, I just remembered a second ago, you said you haven't seen it, so forget everything I've said about it so far. Any spoilers for the intensive
I
plot.
love it. Yeah,
But there's
everything.
there's a part-
bigger Breakin' too.
Yeah, there's like the part with Turbo like dancing around the room, like
Yes.
2001: A Space Odyssey style, like walking up the walls and everything.
Rad.
There's the hilarious part where him and Ozone are like fighting over dancing with this like large plush woman that
Yes.
they that they accidentally destroy because they dance with it too hard.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and then once I realized what the plot was going to be, once the just amazingly cartoonishly evil businessmen started huddling around the model of the shopping center and how this building with all these kids has got to go and property values will skyrocket. Once I realized it was the same plot as UHF and Purple People Eater, I knew I was going to be in for a good time.
Okay, now I'm excited. I just watched you.
But
4K says there's also a Sandpiper Pictures Blu-ray that just came out of the both Breakin' films. So,
Oh, cool.
in case you can't find that Shout edition, that's out of print.
My favorite footnote in this 50 years of hip hop, and a thing I've seen in a couple of hip hop docs, the Bronx. I was in the Bronx for the blackout, which was a huge
77?
thing. 77. And everyone in these hip hop docs will tell you that blackout led to some looting, and people were able to go into some
Get gear.
stores to get gear. And suddenly, every weekend after that, people were able to have parties and have gear they didn't have before. So they credit the blackout with sort of jump starting a lot of the movement because suddenly people could, because that stuff was expensive back then.
Yeah.
So you could suddenly, put together a good system and go have a block party.
Who did that series? Was it VH1? It was just called the NYC 77. I think it was like a 4-part miniseries one.
Yeah.
It was really good.
Yeah. Netflix has one too, Evolution of Hip Hop.
Yeah.
Which is really good.
Also recommend, was it 80 Blocks from Tiffany's, which was one of the film directors from SNL that would do like interstitials and stuff, went out and did a piece about the Bronx and just guys at gangs. And then eventually there's just like a block party that ends the movie. So that's pretty good too.
And first season of The Get Down is really good as far as the fictionalization. Not really. I mean, a lot of those guys are real characters that they portray. That was pretty good.
But, we didn't even really get into LD itself. Not bad. Considering it's probably came out in 85, maybe. I don't know about the Japanese one.
Like,
Pan
broader?
Scan or
it definitely seems like it came out in 85.
Yeah, it's a little soft at times.
It was nice having the subs on the side, though. I love when the subs are on the side.
Yeah, it's always cool.
Sound analog only on here, but stereo and it was the opening bits. The scratching was coming from my rear speakers because I had it in like Dolby Pro Logic 2X, and it was like, oh, this is pretty immersive. So not bad.
Mine
on
was
the first one
on the rot zone there. And
Oh, you got rot?
Yeah, I had rot on picture and a little on sound.
Oh, that sucks.
Ooh.
Yeah, mine was
Totally.
US or was it US?
Yeah, mine's US.
Yeah, that's weird. There are no mint marks on it either. LDDB was right. I opened it, but I
Were
don't know.
both out in Japan or just the first?
What's that?
Both are out in Japan, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Both corner overs?
And
I don't think so. No.
the second one does.
Does it?
I'm pretty.
Okay.
Yeah, I know because I
Yeah,
was
second one does.
Oh, yeah.
There we
that's-
go.
I was
Yeah.
I was looking for it on Zen Market, and Google automatically translates Japanese, and apparently the Japanese subtitle is not Electric Boogaloo, it's TKO and the Boogle Beat.
Oh,
Is
okay.
the literal translation of the
Nice.
title.
Not bad.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
it's the TKO crew, so
I'd watch it.
yeah.
I did.
But yeah, I was impressed at how good the analog track on here was. It was bumping. So, all right, who's gonna read the rap on the back? The notes on the back are actually a poorly written rap, but
Mine's in Japanese, so I can't read it.
Yep, I read it in my head. I'm like the cadence was just like very inconsistent, so I'm like, I'm not doing this live.
Yeah, I agree.
Had I known, I would have practiced, but I'm not about to do this live either.
Yeah, right. That's a Patreon special.
Yes.
If you get behind the
Paying
paywall,
members.
we're going to do the rap perform. Yeah, we'll just change out verses or whatever. I did notice too on the back it says this MGM UA home video program is presented in its original motion picture version. I guess
You
that
don't
just
get any
means
extras.
it's not cut. I guess, or yeah.
They didn't bleep out when people say street people.
Yeah, yeah, street people. Yeah,
You know,
and yeah,
it's
it is 4-3 too. It's not
Yeah.
letterboxed, obviously.
Oh man.
they're obviously diversely cast for an 80s movie. There are some, some stereotypes to deal with in the street people thing, but it's otherwise it wasn't terrible. There's a scene in Crush Groove where they try to get a loan and the guy denies them and Blair Underwood keeps pressing and Rick Rubin's like, no, come on. And he literally says as he pulls him away, he goes, this guy's gay. The bank, the loan manager, that was his way of saying, no, he's not cool.
Yeah.
It's weird. I just didn't expect. I had rewinded it a few times. Like, what? That's a weird put down. Like for the bank manager. Like you're never going to get your loan because But I think maybe he used it as like just he's not cool or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
It was weird.
He's just said he's whack.
Yeah, he's whack.
Yeah, but what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
But yeah, so no reissue of this. This is all you get, but not too bad. Yeah.
My favorite line is when I think it's Cupcake comes into the restaurant and the restaurant owner says, "Hey, earring, you gonna order or what?"
Yeah, I thought I recognized the restaurant owner, but I couldn't figure out where I knew him from.
There was
Probably some other canon film.
ridiculous lines.
Yeah, and the British guy that was the judge is in a bunch of stuff too.
That's some good ones. And Shooter McGowan.
Yeah, I kept waiting for him to turn bad, but there's like one scene where he's like extra
"Are you
super
carrying a
supportive.
blade?"
Yeah.
He's like, "You carrying a blade?"
Yeah.
Like what?
Oh, my absolute favorite scene in the first one is when he's trying to get them into the contest and they're talking about some plan. They don't say what the plan is. And then he's like, trust me, it's the only way it'll work. And then it cuts to all of them wearing tuxedos on their way to the audition.
They can't be street people. They're in tuxedos.
With
Surely
top
they belong
hats
here.
and
Yeah.
everything.
Because they're MGM, you could always find them at Dollar Tree for $1.
Yep.
I've been there multiple times. This is in a box, but if you really need one, you can get them for $1.
Excellent.
There's no excuse for everyone not to go out and watch it right now.
Literally.
I mean, wait for the end of the podcast, but
Yeah.
Part 2 is on Max.
okay.
If you get Max, it's streaming there.
Cool.
Part 2 ain't.
Sweet. Oh, all right. Some more vinyl.
Yeah, I didn't.
That's
Yeah, I didn't
vinyl.
get one.
Oh,
This is this is LD. So I
Oh,
didn't
it
get
is
to show
LD.
Beat Street yet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so this is the US one. Not really easy to find.
No.
And this one's even harder to find. The Japan
Oh yeah.
Wow.
one.
Do you have Break It, the breakdancing videos?
I do.
Did you bring it to show off?
I can run and grab it, but I did not bring it to show
You
off.
should. You might as well.
Okay, I'll grab it.
We're not going nowhere.
While he's away, Joel Silberg went on to direct Lambada.
Oh, the Forbidden Dance.
So he used his break-in chops
Yeah.
in Lambada to
Wow.
take the
What
dance
was
crazy
the
even further.
name? What was the name of the competitor to Lambada?
It was like the same thing
It was
again.
The Forbidden Dance.
Yeah.
I have that too. Don't worry.
But yeah,
They were
all of a
both
sudden there was
canon
Lambada movies all over the place.
Yeah, there
Oh,
were two. There were two. There it is. There it is.
All right,
And,
so this is really cool because it's basically like a training video, essentially, of how to breakdance. Like shows you a whole bunch of different moves.
That is extremely rare too. Like probably more rare than the rest of them.
Yep.
Yeah.
This also has Ozone in it.
Oh, nice.
It's like a supporting character. So
Wow.
if you're trying to keep the completion
complete.
factor, For
Yes.
director and ozone, you
Yeah.
need
Oh,
Lombardo.
Wow.
I
Well, now I need it. Thanks a lot.
I didn't dare
It's
Google
super
them.
cheap, so buy it right now, Marcus, before like it goes up
Oh,
when
that-
everyone watches this tomorrow.
Where are they all now? I didn't dare Google them all. Marcus, you must have.
Not all of them. So obviously Shabadoo passed away in 2016, I think.
2020.
2020. Oh, was it that? That's
Oh,
recent? I thought it was
Oh,
on.
wow.
Okay. Who else?
Yeah. Ozone's still
Um,
doing stuff, I'm thinking.
Ice-T
Yeah,
is
Ozone's still around.
famous.
Ice-T's
Yeah.
done a few things. Yeah.
He's
Very famous.
Maybe a little bigger.
IC is arguably either him or Ice Cube, probably the most successtul rapper turn actor. Well, Will Smith too, if you count Will Smith as a rapper. Some don't.
Which is arguable, yeah.
I don't know. He won the first rap Grammy though, so you kind of can't
Yeah.
deny him that. But still,
True. So, Vinny, you're old like me. Did you remember all the ads for the the mail-in offers to get the VHS learn how to break dance kits?
Oh, all that stuff. Yeah, yeah.
Some came with the mats, you could fold out and everything, and yeah.
We used cardboard, like linoleum. Like my cousin who
Yep.
lived in the Bronx a few years longer than I did, they were doing the linoleum
Yep.
thing, or remnants of sheets of linoleum and stuff. But cardboard was your basic stuff. I had like one move. I did like the leg sweep thing, and then if I try to do it now, I would not get up.
Do you still hang out with the crew? Do you know them?
No, I don't. I have one friend from high school. This was middle school when we would do the
Same, yeah.
battles in basements.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was gym class. For some reason, there was this hallway that led to the gymnasium. And there was always
gym
like a
floors were
5-minute
good.
period where we were like in a holding pen. And it would just be breakdancing like mad on the linoleum floor in this hallway until gym class started.
Yeah, the gym class floors were good too because they were that shiny.
Yeah, perfect.
It was a weird
Yeah, so
time. It was a really special, unique period of 3 or 4 years. I don't know if there's anything comparable from a dancing standpoint. Like I don't think there was a craze. I mean, people did lambada or whatever, but there was nothing
Sure,
like
yeah.
you went to school and everyone in school was doing it.
I mean, the Macarena in the 90s.
Yes.
It's like one
But-
move and that's it. Like, to anything, like even other types of music.
But yeah, it was a big
Spencer was here,
cultural
he-
bomb. Yeah, it just
Spencer remembers the Charleston. I'm sure that was big. Yeah. I remember when he went to high school, they opened the gym floor while he was dancing and he fell into the pool.
good stuff. But yeah, so Breakin'. It's interesting to see it now because at the time, I don't know, we're just kind of always sensitive about Hollywood making films about whatever the culture was at the time. So you're like, I don't know, that's whack, or that's
Right.
they're not getting it right. But it's kind of fun watching it now because I can't even remember what was like legit and what wasn't. Yeah,
Right. They did it in real time, essentially. I mean, they weren't that late.
no, that's the thing. Yeah,
So, yeah.
Well, it's canon. They don't need long to do it in real time, like 3 months. So if it lasts
They
more
have
than 3
4
months, they're golden.
They have
They
4
did 2 movies in the same year. Come on.
Yeah, between Crush Groove and Beat Street and a documentary, like 4 or 5 things out around the same time. That's pretty cool.
sweet. All right, any final thoughts?
Oh, I was gonna say about we were talking about the Fat Boys. I just watched that Swatch disc that I got from
Oh,
Vinny.
that's right. There's a lot of
Yes,
Fat Boys in there.
and Fat Boys are in the Swatch Watch ads.
Oh yes, forgot
They
about
did
that.
actually.
It's freaking amazing. But
Yeah.
I loved it. I loved watching. I loved all the soundtrack. The soundtrack was great.
Yeah, I mean, got Shaka Khan on this thing and Breakin'. Yeah, a lot of good stuff. And then, of course, Ice-T's famous freestyle that he doesn't like now. What was in the second movie? Song-wise.
It was not. There was a song towards the end where someone comes and sings it, a young singer.
Yep.
That I recognized. I recognize the song for sure. But the rest of it isn't. Nothing jumps out other than Din Da Da, which they use a couple of times. Yeah, there wasn't the big hit like Ain't Nobody for the first one.
Sweet. It's all right, kids. Get your LaserDisc. Learn how to breakdance. And get out there on the gym floor. Drop some moves.
Or, that Amazon box that you were going to throw away if it's really big. Just throw it down on some concrete and go.
Yeah. If you have young kids, spin them. Just like.
Yep. Till they get dizzy.
Maybe it'll come back. But did we miss it? Did it come back and we missed it? Because now we're already into the 90s revival. So maybe we missed it. If there was a breakdance revival, I missed it.
There was a breakdance revival.
I mean, I think there are elements of breakdancing in some like modern day moves.
Yeah,
like
they just never
popping,
went away, right? Yeah.
right? Like if you look at the stuff that Usher does,
Yeah, that's true.
and a few others, Chris Brown too, maybe to some extent, it's got breakdancing elements.
Yeah.
But nobody's like getting on the ground these days. It's all you stay on your feet, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I just thought about in Friday the 13th where the girl's just like doing the breakdancing moves in her bedroom. Like,
Oh, wow.
just it was popular enough to make it into a Friday the 13th.
That's funny. Consider this beat. Which Friday did the beat? The fourth one?
I want to say it's like, is it 6? Is it 5?
Sounds about right. Friday would be late to the game.
They were way late to
Yeah.
it. And it's just like, I felt like that was such a strange thing. But like in context of how popular, I mean, it beating out that many movies, like that's crazy. But I can see how that would be, culturally relevant to put it in a Friday the 13th.
Nice.
Yeah. From the documentaries that I looked at from the time period, and even in the movies, somewhat you could tell this. There's this tension between hip hop becoming mainstream, but the artists, they don't want to lean that way, right? Because they're not doing it. They're not doing it for fame. They're not doing it for money. It's really they're doing it for themselves and their crews and their friends, and it's like their thing.
Yeah, they
And they don't really want to. They don't really want to let go of that.
Yeah.
And even the prospect of making money, like, somewhat doesn't excite them. It's almost like selling out by doing that. Because there's this in the documentaries that where they focus on graffiti. There's this whole thing of, well, should I do this on canvas because I can sell these for like. This one guy said, "Yeah, I made $2,000 last month."
Yep.
Like, where else am I going to make $2,000? Right, legit, like in a legit manner. Right? He's like, "Yeah, but this doesn't belong there. It belongs on the subway. It belongs."
Sell it out. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. So it's an interesting tension.
Yeah.
And clearly money won, right? Because now everything is, commercialized and capitalized with hip hop.
The chat says part 5 for Friday the 13th. So,
Okay, I thought it was 5 or 6.
yep. There you go. All right. I guess we've run out of moves. Time to do some physical media or some LaserDisc pickups, actually. Yeah. Yeah, Ryan, were you part of a Breakin crew?
No, I was sorry. I'm a white Midwestern boy.
Come on, you weren't like
Reach
doing
me.
break into like corn songs or something? Yeah. With your Junkos?
No, we were breaking stuff.
Okay. I got that confused, yeah. Excellent. But
The
yes.
Jankos are back.
But yeah, this was a good choice. This was fun revisiting. And thanks to Marcus for sending along some additional materials for some discs that I didn't have in my personal collection. So not to say that he was pirating anything for us, but
No,
No, he was sending super special elite podcaster exclusive screener collector's edition DVD.
Yeah, we have
Exactly.
a screener service we use because we've gotten big enough. Thank you to all our fans.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, and then the Chatmaster 25 wants to know when we're going to do an anime, another anime one.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh,
You got to talk to
Well,
Heller about that one.
we've been talking a lot about anime in our chat, just like random, Studio Ghibli movies, but we never really committed to any of it.
Yeah, we'll have to bring that back. That was like a holiday special live stream a couple years ago.
Yeah, I mean, I've got stuff I haven't watched yet that's supposed
Yeah,
to
I
be
have
good,
that.
so
I
Nice.
have that. I could watch that.
yeah.
All right. Well, in the meantime, let's do some LD pickups.
Fun.
Oh, even Vinny's all ready. All right.
It's been a long time, so I got it.
I got a couple things. I went to Archive to pick up some stuff the other week. Grabbed a couple things. Got Richard III for like $2. So, haven't seen this in a while. Just meaning to pick it up. And grabbed The Innocents, which I think is Turn of the Screw. Same thing that got
Yeah, I have that
adapted
disc.
into the Netflix show recently.
Great movie.
Blame Manor.
It's a nice widescreen too.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of why I grabbed it. I was like, ooh, nice Fox widescreen. And I didn't have Thinner, so I grabbed a copy of that as well. And Ryan sent me a bunch of stuff, but I forgot to pull it over here, except for the one disc that he sent me. Show ya some Japanese, kind of like pop metal stuff. It's pretty fun. Yeah. Thanks, Ryan. Also grabbed a couple more Japanese fusion discs, Cassiopeia. I got Live, and that's them jamming on the back there. And the Party Visual Stack. It's got a nice kind of embossed rainbow effect going on there. Very fancy. Speaking of some anime, I finally got my hands on the Macross Plus International version, Volume 1.
Nice.
Cool.
Nice kind of vellum top obi there. Volume 2.
Ooh.
And shocker, Volume 3.
Nice.
Don't have
Nice.
Volume 4 because it is vaporware. Supposedly these came out in like, what, 95, 96? And then supposedly the final copy came out in like 2000 or something.
I see that obi is pretty like transparent.
It is, yeah. It's the kind of cool,
Nice.
Whoa, that's
I love those like that.
yeah. That's a sweet vibe. All these motion discs always have those like kind of badass obi strips. So respect.
sick.
So if somebody has Volume 4, they want to give it to me, I will gladly take it.
He will also break out the podcast credit card from all your tips.
Indeed.
And buy it for less than $5.
Less than market price. There isn't even a market price. It's that much vaporware.
Well, according to LDDB, it's $0. So he's
Good
willing to
call.
offer $5.
I've never even seen a photo. I've seen like a catalog photo of what the cover was supposed to look like, and I've seen one guy who has a loose disc of it, supposedly, and that's it. Then I also grabbed a copy of Macross Plus, the normal Japanese version, but I have the box set, and this is in it without an obi strip because the obi's on the box. But I wanted to get the standalone release with obi for completionist's sake. So, and of course, I got other copies of Volume 2, 3, 4, so I can have an extra set because I'm an idiot. A couple movies. Grabbed *Handmaid's Tale*,
Oh,
which I've been meaning to watch with my wife. I haven't seen this since probably seeing it on cable back in the 90s. But Natasha Richardson in there. Finally got around to grabbing a Comstock Eraserhead, 2 years after our David Lynch episode. But, the
That
price
is
was
the
right.
release to get.
Right?
that's fun.
And I finally also grabbed a copy of Pretty as a Picture, The Art of David Lynch,
Sick.
which, of course, it says over here, Night People. So it's also known as Night People, apparently. That's a sample, too, so don't take my sample. Finally also got around to grabbing Shivers, also known as Sea Bass. It was transcribed as Sea Bass on the site I bought it from. Ironically, this is David Cronenberg's collection number 2, even though it's the first film. And then after that movie came out Rabid, which is David Cronenberg's collection, Volume 1. Sadly, I played Obi Roulette, and even though Obies are lame, it did not come with one, so it's in half resolution. So
Oh no.
there you go. And finally grabbed a copy of Zombie Dawn of the Dead with the corner Obi, because, I've been...
It's gross.
And your copy is not like faded and dirty and just beat to death.
This is
Yeah.
why I have
Yes.
not bought this ever until now, because it's almost impossible to get one. Something about whatever they use to print the jacket is just a magnet for foxing and just all sorts of,
Yellow.
Yeah, it being white does not help at all either. So
Yeah. So it's taken me forever to find a copy that I was like, yeah, I can live with that. I mean, it is a zombie movie, so just pretend like your jacket's disintegrating. I actually watched this last night. It's pretty potato, but it's fun for him. Mid 80s. I think this came out in 85 or so. So it's like
I legitimately forever thought that cover was like meant to be yellow, and it's not. And
it's
that's
not.
even a potato about it.
And then of course I finally got around to grabbing the 1990 Tom Savini Night of the Living Dead. So just because I didn't have it, and
Nice.
better grab it now before I can't. And also didn't have the Night of the Living Dead box set,
Yes.
so grab that.
It's got the poster and everything.
Yeah, it's got a poster and like a postcard, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a postcard in there.
It's like a, yeah.
We got this
Yeah.
guy, and then it's got like a big kind of 3-panel poster.
That thing's so cool.
And of course, it says on LDDB, signed by George Romero, but of course, it's not like his actual signature. But
Yeah. Still badass.
yeah, it's pretty tasty. It's 3 discs, so
And it's uncut, apparently.
yeah, and it's got like stuff that I think is on the Elite, but there's like a Japanese interview with George Romero on the 3rd side, so I don't think any of that wound up on the Elite disc. So it's definitely worth grabbing that. So that's about it for me. Passing it over to Ryan.
Been a while since I picked up a few things.
I
So
believe you.
we'll just start off. For those of you who are fans of the movie Cyborg,
Yes.
picked up the movie Deceit, which was filmed on the set of Cyborg by Albert Pune. Because why would you not film 2 movies on the same set
That would
when it's
be.
already ready and
There.
you have like 2 weeks left?
Yes.
Do it. So really fun film.
Wow.
Can't wait to check that out. I'm a big fan of movies that are American, like American
Oh.
Hunter.
Oh.
We know how to hunt. There's even a bullet coming from Hunter,
Oh.
and it's
So
got.
is he an American that hunts, or is it an American being hunted?
Or is it just the vehicle that's American?
If you look at the
Yeah.
back, I think he's being hunted.
Oh.
He also might be doing a little hunting
Oh.
down here. So there's a lot going on, but can't wait to dig into that. For those of you who are a fan of Joel Silberg, you might like his other film, Prison Heat.
Ooh.
This is from the guy who brought us Lambada and Breakin.
Does
And
she have a gun? Does she have a
two other
gun
things.
inside the cell?
What?
A gun in her hand?
Standard issue.
You know, there's a lot of heat in this prison. I'm not sure what's going on. I haven't watched it yet, so I'll verify it for like accuracy in prisons.
Sorry, is that a painting or is that a photo? It's hard to tell.
I believe that's the movie
I
poster.
bet it's a Drew Struzan original.
It's
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
I mean, looks cool.
Yep.
She
And
smuggled that
as you
pistol
can
in.
see, there's a lot going on in this prison, so
Oh.
we're gonna have to find out, who's good, who's bad.
Get to
But
wear
who
whatever they
survives?
want.
Yeah.
They wear
What do you-
whatever they want.
Country this prison's in.
I don't know yet. I'm gonna have to explore this prison and find out, what
How
really
hard.
happened. Somebody's in there who's innocent. There it just
For
has
sure.
to be. So
For sure.
yep. I finally got a copy of this movie.
Oh, nice.
Might as
Dang.
well get the foreign copy that looks amazing,
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
cool.
Wow.
That is an awesome cover.
and it's very American.
Wow.
I know,
Very,
I know
yeah.
nothing about hardware, but it looks nothing like the American cover. That
No.
movie looks pretty cool.
Oh, this looks way cooler.
Yeah.
Sold me on
Like,
that
this
one.
would
A tiny ET, robot ET.
Yeah, I know. He looks so
I love a
cuddly.
poster of this.
Wow.
Like, yeah.
That's in the movie? That thing?
It is, but it doesn't look like that walking
Oh,
around.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't
So-
act very cute, I wouldn't say.
Yeah.
So like all good foreign covers, that's better than the movie itself.
Yes.
Yeah, no.
Good.
That movie rocks. I mean, Hayden might not like it, but
I've come around.
all right,
Lincoln
good.
Weinberg's pretty cool, actually.
All right, all right.
Got a little bit of Rage.
Oh,
Richard Norton's in this.
wow.
Let's see.
Rage Fist.
Yeah. And check out that.
Oof.
This guy is either going to be a really good like buddy or he's going to be the bad guy with a pose like that. Like
Nice.
it's one or the other. So I'm looking forward to it.
I like that one.
For those of you who are fans of Baywatch,
Oh,
Nothing
yeah.
to Lose with Alexandra Paul.
Wow.
Can't go wrong with any movie that has someone from Baywatch in it. They had a pedigree of fine actors and actresses.
Wait a minute. Is that Paul Gleason
I think
Yeah.
it is.
from
Yep.
Breakfast Club?
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow, this is a movie.
Yeah. I don't mess around.
Oh, that's
all
movie.
A-listers.
That's A-list.
Metal Beast,
Oh,
You say
which
so?
had some other actual title. I don't know what it is. Don't ask me. But it's got Barry Bostwick.
Oh, nice.
So again, sticking with A-listers only.
is this werewolf?
And,
Yeah, it says it's got a werewolf in it.
Yeah.
you ready for this?
Yeah.
A CIA agent, Butler, who injects himself with a werewolf's blood only to be killed and frozen in liquid nitrogen. Period.
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 Period. 20
the
years
worst day
later,
ever.
his body is mistakenly used in a government experiment where a super metallic skin is grafted onto his own. When he awakes, the metal beast escapes.
Legendary.
Yeah. This is legit, like, good plot, obviously. Character development, sure.
Werewolves.
Yep.
We got a question about Breakfast Club, and that was the principal guy, right? Or the guy
Yes.
that, yeah.
100%.
Yep.
100%.
Moving on, we have Navigator 2, The Return. Has
Oh,
nothing to do with Flight of the Navigator.
Wow.
Wow.
That's amazing. I like his
Yep.
head popping out of the artwork there.
Oh, yeah. This
On
is
the back. On the back.
great,
of the
great.
head.
Yeah, this is great design. Like, normally it's just like cut and paste. They had a really good cover design on the back.
Yeah.
Like, whoever that guy was that got underpaid, he
Yeah.
should have made all of them.
I actually designed it. It was me.
Good
Yeah,
job,
Thank you,
Hayden.
Hayden. Thanks for going back in time to design Navigator
Yeah.
2.
That's what he does on weekends.
Yeah.
The podcast is a big fan of skiing movies.
Yes.
So I have Red Snow. I had
Oh.
to add this to LDDB.
Wow.
Wow.
I have no clue what's going on, but they're like snowboarders, and this
Wow.
guy's got a submachine gun.
Yeah.
So, like, they are going to be painting that snow with blood.
And I'm guessing some communism might be involved too. Yeah.
I hope so.
Yeah.
You know, there's got to be a bad guy. The commies, great bad guys, and there's lots of snow. So, win-win.
Sub-Zero machine gun.
Yeah.
I see what he did there.
For those of you who have dietary restrictions, we have non-vegetarian zombies from outer space.
Okay. Yep.
Wow.
AKA Killer
That's
Death.
incredible.
AKA, you know,
I'm sorry.
you get the full title and then the little AKA.
Are zombies generally vegetarians?
Yeah.
You know, these ones are not. They
I
don't
know
have
they're
dietary
specifically not,
restrictions.
but that implies that all other ones are vegetarian.
Yeah.
you
These guys
know-
are special.
How many zombie movies have you watched recently, Vinny?
43.
The last A24 one, the zombies were vegan.
Well, what do you expect?
Yeah. So really nice
Oh.
back cover too.
Wow.
Yeah, lots of quality.
My goodness. That's too much quality.
Got Chameleons, which
Wow.
I don't even know what's
What
going
is
on.
going
Like,
on there? Yeah.
This looks like it was in a record crate with the
I was
the
going to
ring.
say, is that old ELP record or something?
Yeah, right. Like it was in somebody's record
Focus,
collection.
Focus.
I got
And you
Tarkus and I got
like, this
Chameleons.
little like cockroach lady.
Wow.
And the back doesn't do too much to tell you what's going on.
I know.
Ryan has bought every LaserDisc, so now he's really at the stage where he's just making them up.
Yep.
Well, you know, I actually had to add this one to LDDB too.
Shocker.
Because you just made it.
Yeah.
I did not make it, but
Didn't
my
make it.
pressing plant guy in Southeastern Asia, he is just busy finding
Crank it
the
out.
shittiest VHSs to like downsample onto a like weird analog digital to dump onto a LaserDisc. So he's busy still. I've got him cooking. For those of you who are fans of Hell Comes to Frogtown,
Yes.
how about the sequel with none of the original people? I mean, there might be
What?
Are there still
Frog
frogs?
Frogtown too.
The frogs are present? Okay.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Good.
So I'm looking forward to this. I have not seen it. I held off because I'm like, one day I might find the LaserDisc instead of getting like a crappy VHS, and I don't even know if it made it to DVD. So,
Wow. That's
no flip through will be without Cynthia Rothrock.
Of course.
This is Fatal Passion. She's like a secondary character, but there's obviously a lot of passion going on
Yeah, I could sense it.
between her and
That
you
guy.
know, there's
He's
going to
not
be
even
some.
very sure.
Looks like there's going to be some, you know, I don't know, overalls and
Hmm.
Oh, it's like Ghost. Yeah, there's gonna be some clay pottery
Yeah.
going on.
it'll
Yeah.
probably be better than
Also
Ghost.
art.
I'm guessing.
Probably.
Yeah.
You know,
Premium Rothrock. Very
Yep.
nice.
that one took me a long time to find. It was one of the last, if not the last. I don't know what I have left. Maybe one or two. I don't know. Moving on.
Wow.
Ah.
Horror show, aka
House 3.
Three.
So, for those of you trying to become house complete, this is the only way.
With Brian James.
That's insane.
You know you're in for a good time. Another A-lister.
Yep.
All right,
Wow.
I've got 3 left.
That's a hot
Um,
pick.
For those of you who have been watching my movie watching that I post in LaserDisc Forever, I've been looking for a 4th movie in a series.
Yeah.
Suck It, Giannis. This is Vanishing Son 4.
You've been
Wow.
how long you been waiting to drop that on us?
It's been a little while.
Nice.
But thankfully, I have completed the 4-movie series before they relaunched the movie series into a TV series,
Yep.
and that doesn't count.
Yeah.
So many.
I don't want to spoil anything, but I'm looking forward to number 4 because there's going to be a lot of vanishing and a little bit of passion.
Yeah.
Wow. How many sons are
Yeah,
there?
so many sons.
There are 2 guys who are brothers-ish.
And they keep
I don't
disappearing.
remember if they're actually brothers or they're brothers because they come from the same place.
So
But
the brothers are the sons?
yes, they vanished from China into the U.S.
All right, thank you. I was so confused.
Yeah, no, like it's surprisingly really good TV movies.
Yeah.
A little bit of action, a lot of plot and build, and
Part of the
they
action
stack really
pack.
well.
See, we got the logo on there, I think.
And
right.
the crazy thing is, other than this one, which was vaporware, I managed to track down before I found this that a copy was sold in Australia like 10 years ago.
Wow.
And then this one, and I don't know if anyone else has any others, but there's only VHS copies, and even those are super rare. So like, they're probably just sitting on a shelf, like deteriorating, or they're gone by now. So,
Wow.
and I assume that they were on like, I don't even know, like Showtime or something, because they do feature some sex sequences that, like, you know, you got to get your extra, you know, watches in. But
yeah, I forgot what network that was. I thought it was like TNT or USA or something, but
or maybe they aired on the premium and then they were redistributed, cut down slightly.
I bet they had
I
trimmed.
mean, it's not very long, the sequences, so very possible they got cut down for cable.
Yep.
I only get commons these days. This movie is called The Matrix. It's got this guy. He went on to movies like My Own Private Idaho and a few other things.
Open mat, bro.
And it is open mat.
Open mat.
Yeah, it's 2-disc. Plays really nicely, and it is full immersion. So for those of you looking to,
where's that from?
Hong Kong.
This is a Hong Kong release.
Yeah, Hong Kong.
I like the
incredible. Very nice.
The peekaboo back cover.
Yeah, I've only got a few of that.
That's my favorite thing about these late era releases, because I think this is era.
Yeah, I've got Tomorrow Never Dies from Era that has that.
Era home. They have it, and then there's like actually a sweet printed label.
Yeah, that's dope.
I love it. I have an Austin Powers like this, so just like an extra little thing. I'm sure they were all rentals, but whatever. And then last but not least, I have tracked down the Grail of Corey Feldman collectors. This is Voodoo. I've been looking for this for a long time. I almost broke down and bought the DVD, but DVDs suck. So this is Voodoo with the one and only Corey Feldman.
I was gonna say, where is he? Okay,
there he is, right there at the top.
Yep. All right. Yep. So that's it for my pickups. Just, you know, everyday things that I get.
Run in the mill commons.
Yep, sure.
Yep. Nobody else is gonna, you know, bat an eye. They'll pick them up on eBay for $1. Yep. Whatever. All right, Marcus, you up next?
I think so.
Sure, I'll go.
We're ready.
All right. So I'm going to start off with a couple of Heddin picks, actually, that I coincidentally found in the same timing. 2 titles from Katsuhiro Otomo.
Oh,
so
sick.
First we have Neo Tokyo, which Heddin speaks very highly of and was his pick in our episode a few episodes ago when we all kind of exchanged and watched each other's titles.
Yep, I had to watch that one.
Looking forward to checking that out. Then I also got this box set, Memories.
Sweet.
Which is just this is like velour, like suede almost. It's like super, super nice. Super nice
Velvet,
presentation
Jerry.
in this box set. Yeah, velvet. There you go.
Yep.
Cool.
Okay. Let's see. A couple of random, I'll say urban films. Gang Justice. Never seen this.
With
Has
Estrada.
Eric Estrada.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. A lot of intense emotion going on here. So this one should be a fun watch.
That is an AIP film. They are known for quality.
Okay.
And straight to video, and they are usually really hard to find. So nice snack.
Okay. And then I'm convinced this title I'm convinced that the same photographer that shot the cover image for the previous one also shot this one.
Oh,
because
yeah.
Yes.
it looks very, very similar. So Homeboys 2, Crack City. I mean, there's
Wow.
so much wrong with this title, first of all. But
Yeah.
not to be confused as a sequel to Homeboys 1, because there is no such thing as Homeboys 1. So I'm not sure why this is called Homeboys 2.
Oh my god.
That's great.
But they went straight to the sequel for this one.
Homeboys to Men.
There was a Homeboys, but with a S,
Yeah.
made by the same company, and I'm assuming it didn't hit LaserDisc. I'm assuming it was a not sequel where they're like, oh well, we want another one in this vein, but we'll just call it Homeboys 2 for all the people who rented Homeboys.
Yeah.
Right. name recognition, I guess, right?
Oh yeah.
Yep. All right. So I also picked up
Nice.
Rabbit,
Oh,
recently.
Yes.
Got this one from Ryan.
Send
Thank
me
you,
your
Ryan.
Obi.
I do. Yeah, right. You can. We'll have Hayden make you a copy.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
I don't have Shivers though, so that's
Okay.
on my list.
Look for sea bass,
All right,
because
you
sometimes
all-
it comes up as that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bad
Feedback.
translation.
Let's see. Next up, this one I've been after for a while. So y'all know I'm working to be Spike Lee complete for U.S. and Japan. This was the last Japan one. I have all the U.S. Easily.
Is it the
That
one-
wasn't too hard.
I wonder if it's the one
But
I
I
want.
finally found a copy of Girl 6.
Oh, wow.
With the Obi. I've seen a million of these posted without the Obi. So pumped to have finally found this one. I still
have
have
Do you have the
School
Japanese?
Days.
She's got to have
But
it. Do you have She's Got to Have It Japanese?
yeah, I do.
Oh, that's a great cover.
I do. It's an awesome cover. Yeah. School Days Japan. It's not in my hands yet, so I don't want to jinx myself. But hopefully by next month I'll have that one. All right, more rock for me.
Ooh.
So Fast Getaway,
All right.
Wow.
U.S. I think I have a Fast Getaway. I think it's Indonesia or Hong Kong, but it actually doesn't have her on the cover, which is kind of whack.
Yeah.
So I had to get the U.S. one to make sure she was on the cover.
With Corey.
Yeah,
Oh.
with Corey. And then another Ryan special because he has duplicates and triplicates of any and everything that you're looking for. Sworn to Justice with Rothrock. And this is the one, I think you actually featured this on the podcast
Yeah, because
several months ago.
we were bagging
We're
on the
talking about
artwork.
the font.
Yeah.
Yeah, the font is just like copy paste.
I love that though.
It looks like the movie's called
When-
Sworn to Cynthia Rothrock Justice.
I mean, that's a good title though.
It's an amazing
like
movie. It says so on the front.
Windows, clip art,
Yeah.
PowerPoint. I don't know.
And there's
what
like
this is.
doubles of her, like in the background on the front there. There's like an after image of her.
Yeah, right.
Like,
Right.
My favorite
Right
part,
here.
yeah.
Yeah. She's
it like it says it's widescreen. It looks like it's a widescreen rip, and it's a pan and scan all
Ah,
the way.
nice.
through.
Oh my gosh. So looking forward to checking that one out.
That one's
Dry
pretty
place right
solid.
in the
Like
front.
you'll enjoy that a lot, and you might even want to upgrade that one at some point to
Yeah.
a
Or downgrade.
Blu-ray.
Did it
Or
say
downgrade.
store in a cool dry place right on the front?
It did. It did. Yes. Yeah. It
Very
was
important.
on there. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Right up top.
It's an amazing movie. It promises it right there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Right up top.
Amazing.
It's so weird.
I love that.
All right. Another one that Ryan is obsessed with that somehow I found a copy of.
Yeah.
He allowed me to buy this one, right? So when I saw this, I thought I better scoop this up because as soon as Ryan sees it, he's just going to pick it up
Yep.
and add it to his collection of 4 or 5 copies, right? How many? I don't even remember how many copies you have.
I think I'm at 6.
Okay. So anyway, there you go. Max
I've got
has it
one.
too. So this one is it either is or was sealed. I can't remember. I don't think I've opened it yet. So it's still sealed, but
You're
I'll be
saving
watching.
it for Christmas though.
Yeah.
I'm watching it this month
Oh,
for
yeah.
sure. Yeah, for sure. All right, and I think let's see. Let's do this one. So this is we'll call this Grail Watch.
Oh, okay.
Super
Yeah.
excited to finally have found Rad. Oh my gosh! Every time this is posted, it's for way more than I want to spend, and I ended up getting this from Whatnot, a Whatnot listing. And crazy thing is, the Whatnot, this was from VHS Drew, and I was driving back down from Northern California at the time, so I put in my bid ahead of time, and then Whatnot crashed, right? So then he did a show the next week, and it showed that my bid had held, so I was still good. Like I didn't have to tune into the show. And all of a sudden, I get a notification on my phone saying that he was running it, and I'm expecting my pre-bid to go in, and somehow it was erased. So I'm so glad that I tuned in to be able to get this because they erased my pre-bid. But peak 80s right here.
Oh, that's a great pickup. That might not be the only time we see that tonight.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. And let's see, from here on out, this is the late release section of my sharing.
The best genre.
So another one from Ryan, Rugrats.
That's cool.
Great one. That one gets harder and harder to find too.
Yeah. I saw it in
Also-
theaters.
Same.
Yeah, I was a huge Rugrats fan as a kid. These I randomly came across. I didn't actually know that they existed until I saw them listed. So Tom and Jerry, featuring Droopy,
Wow.
volumes 1 and 2. So these were released in '99. They're actually not easy to find. And the thing that's special about them is that they have 7 or 8 episodes that are not included in any other release across the U.S. and Japan. So you can only get them across these two discs.
Wow.
So super hard to find.
Score.
And I got them for super cheap too, which is even better.
Bonus.
Yeah. Another one I've been after for a while, a Stealth AC3.
Oh yeah.
Altered States.
I saw you get that from was it Lucas?
I did it in a trade, with
Yep.
Lucas. So shout out to Lucas. I sent him 3 or 4 discs for this one, but this was a good find.
And it's Drew Barrymore.
Is she in it?
She's the kid, right?
Yep.
I've never seen it. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
It's a wild movie.
Yeah, it is really wild.
Yeah.
All right. This one, Luke hooked me up with in a trade. Not that I really needed it, but I'm not going to pass up on Growing Pains on LaserDisc. The thing that's hilarious about this set is
The star.
one, how random it is, right? That they even released Growing Pains of all the sitcoms they could have released. And they did so primarily because of Leo, right? Leonardo DiCaprio and the popularity of Titanic in Japan. So they released this. And if you look at and I can pull some of these out. If you look at each of the in the cover art on the inside, all the photos are him, prominently featured. Each time, this is absolutely crazy.
The family's tiny.
The family's like an afterthought.
Yeah.
So it's basically just a photo shoot of him.
That's so that's hilarious.
So that's cool. Just a couple more from me.
That's like
another
Critters
one
era Leo.
Yeah, he's pretty young.
Right.
Yeah.
He's pretty young in that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Another one from Brian.
Sweet.
That I've been after for a long time, For the Love of the Game.
US version, right?
2000 US release.
Yep.
That's great.
Pretty pumped to have that one.
My dad's favorite movie.
And I did a test spin of it, and it looks so good.
Yep.
Looks so good. Great picture quality. This one was another one I got in a trade with Luke. Vinny, you might recognize this one because this one used to be in your hands. Now it is. Now it's in my collection, and it's never leaving. So
What did I have it? I have one.
you had one. He said he got it from you.
Oh, maybe I had a second one. Yeah, okay.
I was gonna say I can't mention
still
Vinny
have
giving away Scorsese discs.
No.
Yeah.
I still have it, so I must have had. Yeah, I think I have come across 2. Oddly enough,
Yeah.
that's cool.
So now it's on the West Coast.
What a
Well,
great
West
cover.
Coast, a little further north.
That cover is amazing.
Okay, so I have one more. What could I possibly share after that one?
Hong
right?
Kong
That's the
Matrix.
last. No, I wish. No, not Hong Kong Matrix.
Breaking
But another one is hard to find.
Snap.
Pistons.
Ooh.
yeah, I was pumped. This eBay seller listed it for way more than I wanted to pay, which is and I usually just like watch those, right? Just in case. You never know what they're going to do. A few weeks later, he drops the price to a ballpark that I was like, all right, I can bid on this. And then nobody else bid on it. I was the only one somehow. Then the seller tried to give me the story about, oh, I thought I put a reserve on it.
Oh yeah.
How'd you get it? And I'm like, no, you didn't. He's like, well, I'm gonna contact eBay. I'm like, you can contact eBay, but I purchased it already.
Yeah.
So and he ended up honoring the price, thankfully.
Oh, good.
So I got a decent deal for what this is.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's it. That's it for me for pickups.
Nice.
Wow.
All right, Hayden, you gonna follow that up?
You've got the easiest act to follow.
Yep.
So I've got kind of grabbed some highlights. Ryan and Luke have been sending me stuff. Luke's been
Out of control.
anything he doesn't want comes to my house, I think. So he actually hooked me up with, I'd never seen Nosferatu before.
Oh, cool.
So watched that this Halloween. It was a good time. Had a good time with that one. This, I can't remember the Japanese title for this, but the international title is Orochi, the Eight-Headed Dragon. This is apparently directly based off of an RPG, which is based on the legend of Orochi, the Eight-Headed Dragon, which Toho had adapted into a movie in the 50s. So they considered this an honorary remake of that movie, even though it apparently isn't at all. So it was fun. A lot of cool dragons and
Sweet.
stuff.
That's rad.
And then this is one of the coolest things I've seen in a while, is Hakaider.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Basically answers the question of what if Mad Max was a cyborg? And the answer is it's perfect. It's the best thing I've ever seen. I showed this to some friends, not on this copy, on a different copy that I may have. They all loved it. It was awesome.
I'm sold.
And then this I haven't watched yet, but this I didn't even know this existed. This is the Ultra Fight box set.
Oh wow.
Which I think is just a compilation of fights from various Ultraman shows.
Oh, sick.
So it's basically, as far as I'm aware, like I said, I haven't watched it just yet, but it's all monster fights. So kind of the main stories when you think about it,
Wow.
the essential stuff. And then this is the box set for Zone Fighter, which was Toho's attempt at competing with Ultraman.
Wow.
It actually has Godzilla and other Toho monsters in it, so they kind of had that going for it.
Score.
So-
It's weird. This box set is the whole show, but the set itself is only about half full with discs.
Oh really?
But the box is almost the exact same size as the Death Battle Chronicle box set, and the texturing on the side here is identical. So
Huh.
I'm wondering if they
Leftovers?
They just
just
slapped
cheap.
it.
yeah, if it was just cheaper to
Slap it
reuse
together.
the boxes, or just keep using this size of box and then just fill it with foam inserts to
Yep.
pad the other discs that aren't there. And then Ryan sent me some pretty good stuff. This I haven't watched yet. X from Outer Space. Been meaning to watch this for quite a while, so finally
Sweet.
have that. And these two, Frankenstein versus Baragon, and its sequel,
Yes.
War of the Gargantuas, which
Yes.
this has Russ Tamblyn in it.
Nice. Twin Peaks fan.
Yeah, young Russ Tamblyn too. He's got quite a face.
So that's probably he was in,
when he's young.
like West Side Story around that time, maybe. But
I mean, this came out in '66.
so after West Side Story, I guess. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, these two. Gargantua's has the better monster action. Frankenstein versus Baragon, aka Frankenstein Conquers the World, has an unhinged plot.
Nice.
Like what happens in this movie is insane. Like with a lot of these movies that don't have subtitles, I'll just look up like a plot synopsis online and kind of read along while I watch.
Yep.
I was one paragraph in. I sent it to my girlfriend. I was like, "You have to watch this with me right now. This is buck wild." So then I picked.
Are there two covers for the Frankenstein versus Baragon?
There's two cover variants. Those
Okay.
are the original analog editions,
Yeah, I have.
and then there were digital remasters after that. And
Oh, okay,
the
cool.
digital remaster of Frankenstein versus Baragon has two endings. There was a theatrical ending and then a cooler ending that featured an octopus.
Oh, sick! Oh
the,
my
the
gosh.
analog,
I
the,
have
the
that one.
analog one has the octopus ending, and the digital remaster has both endings.
Wow,
so-
that's super cool. Okay, cool.
Yeah, it is. Neither ending really makes sense. They both happen out of nowhere, but
Excellent.
so then I got a package of stuff from Zen Market. First thing I got was Birth of Japan,
Ooh.
which is what Orochi the Eight-Headed Dragon is an honorary remake of.
Nice.
This was Toho's 1000th film. It's about 3 hours long and has Toshiro Mifune as the main character.
Damn.
Fighting an eight-headed dragon, apparently. So really excited to get around to watching that. And then got the rental version of For a Few Dollars More.
Obi goes on the
I've
top.
seen this.
Oh, I was gonna say, yeah, that looked weird.
Yeah, but that's annoying to deal with, so it goes on the side.
I know. We're just saying Luke's probably going to be in the chat yelling at you. So
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to watch this yet, but this is a pretty clean copy. It's wild how like Japanese rentals are so well taken care of, and if you get a U.S. rental anything,
Yeah.
you know,
yeah, I swear, all my Japanese rentals, nobody ever used them.
like I remember just renting movies, like renting DVDs, and like it was a toss up if it would work or not.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I'd sit down with the Netflix envelope, and then I'm out. I got toothpaste out. I'm trying to.
Yeah, you rub it in the toothpaste.
Yeah, we had one of those crank DVD cleaners
Yep.
where you'd put the cleaning solution and then crank it through with the wheel.
I got one of those.
And those always just kind of made it worse a lot of the time. So so then I got here the analog 80s edition of Mothra versus Godzilla.
Nice.
So love this.
Nice.
The picture quality varies from shot to shot.
Yep.
It's wonderful. It's like it's not really potato quality. It's more like potato chip quality.
Potato
rotten
plus.
potato quality. Yeah. And then I got the first 2 volumes of Pengu.
Nice.
Yes.
Yes.
So
Oh, I love that.
I missed an auction to get all 6 volumes a couple months ago. I was
Uh.
not happy, but then I got these 2 for like 70 cents, which was
Score.
great.
Shout out to exchange rates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And and shipping doesn't exist. So I mean,
Yes. It can't. It can't exist.
And then I finally get to join the cool kids table with the Men in Black box set.
Nice.
Ooh.
So-
I still don't have that just
Didn't mean to
because,
get this.
I just take
Yeah.
it for
Not
granted.
free.
I should get it.
Yeah, I just haven't had I've literally only seen this movie on VHS.
Wow.
My family had a copy, and then at some point I purged VHSs, and I got the LaserDisc, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get rid of my tapes. I'm gonna get this one, and it's kind of been a while. So, but yeah, so that's pretty much what I've got for LaserDisc.
Sweet.
So I'll pass it on to Max.
Oh, okay. I'll show swag first. I got a shirt.
All right. Oh, compact LaserDisc.
Compact.
Audio video album.
What?
What's the deal with that?
I really am not sure.
8-inch LDs? Like, what is it referring
Yeah, it's
to?
not video singles.
I'm really not sure.
Weird.
It's I mean, I'm guessing like I don't know. I want to look into this. I just was like, this is so weird. I have to have that.
I wonder if maybe that was going to be marketing, since so many players are CLD, and that's what it stands for, right? So I wonder if that was maybe an intended marketing thing.
I don't know.
I mean, I was thinking like CD video maybe had something to do with it, or like
It's a series of 12-inch LaserDisc titles
Okay.
released in 1986. So that was to promote the 12-inch single-sided discs, including Starship, Mr. Mr., Aha, and Chicago.
Wow.
Oh. I have one. Oh, then I have one. I have one. I'll have to pull that out.
Now you have to wear the shirt and hold the disc when you go out in public.
Yes, I do.
And you'd be like, I have it.
I have it. I got some carry cases.
Sick.
Nice.
This one's got kind of that alligator texture, if that's coming through at all.
Yep.
And then there's a karaoke one
Ooh.
with our friend Walkie Squawky.
Oh, yeah, there he is.
And then there's this blue one, which I have to get this Sharpie off.
Oh, wow.
It's got the LaserDisc logo on it. It's a nice pioneer blue.
Sweet.
Perfect for the LaserDisc woman on the go.
Well, yeah.
Is it big enough to store the Fantasia box set?
No. Unfortunately, like none of these are
Nothing
that
would
big.
be. Yeah.
Yes. I wish they were though. That'd be sick. Okay. I got a stack. Oh, wait a minute. What am I doing? I'm forgetting my favorite piece. I've got a mug.
Whoa.
And the mug says 5 reasons why LaserDisc is the #1 home video system.
Hell yeah.
Number
What are
1, unbeatable picture resolution.
Yep.
2 is CD digital sound.
Yep.
3 is that it plays CDs.
Yep.
4 is durability.
All right.
Yep.
Yep.
And 5 is instant access CD style.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I don't know if anyone ever cared about the CD thing. Did you guys ever use your players to play your music?
Yes.
No.
By Sony, a lot. That was
Oh,
like
you
my
did?
prime CD player for probably
Oh.
10 years.
Okay, I guess because I had the CD player first, I never thought, well, I'll just use this
Yeah.
now. Because
I just had the LaserDisc player and a portable CD player.
okay,
Yeah. The multi CD units were heavily marketed, and I'm kind of assuming this is from that era when they were marketing the multi CD
Yeah.
laser split. Okay, I'll get into some discs. I have a lot of
Yes.
good stuff.
That looks minty. Sealed?
This is literally sealed,
Yep,
and
thought so.
I haven't opened it yet. I'm very excited to open this because I mean it's got freaking Karate Kid Johnny in it.
Yeah,
Wow.
Most awkward holding of like a weapon on
Yes.
a cover ever, practically.
I don't even think he's really holding that in real life. I think that's added.
Yep.
Like I think they're just like, we don't know what we're gonna put in your hands yet. Just put your hands in a way that looks like we can add something on top. Is that
Yeah,
cool?
Hayden
Like-
did that artwork.
That movie is so good.
Oh, I know. Oh my gosh. I'm very excited for that. That's what I was looking for a while. Okay, we've got
Yes.
2.
Nice.
This movie is wild. The first one is wild, so I'm really excited for this.
The first one and the fourth one are the best. 2
Oh.
is below that. 3 is, well, they made 3.
It's a movie.
All right.
Okay.
Oh,
I got
snap.
that.
Yes.
Nice.
I had this and I traded it to Trevor like years ago.
Oof.
And I regretted it ever since then. And I was like, oh man, maybe one day I'll find it again. But
Think of all
It's got
the
a bit
dumb
of a-
trades we did like 5 years ago.
I know. Oh my gosh. It's like, why did I get rid of that? Oh my gosh. I literally forgot I even had this. So this was like a pile that's been sitting for a while. I freaking got this.
Nice.
I mean, this literally looks like it's not real. Like this doesn't even look like it's a real movie, and I love it even more because of
Yeah,
that.
I'm pretty sure I made that as one of my like Fudge Squad covers.
Is
Like
that-
I'm like, this isn't
That
real.
that was the year after Fudge Squad. They
Yeah.
pivoted to alligator movies.
It's literally like, look at this
Jonah Hill.
man's head.
Oh man,
the kid on the
that-
cover looks like Jonah Hill with glasses.
is it Jonah Hill? Yeah.
It looks like
Basically, I mean, yeah, guys. Like, try. I mean, it's just like this is unhinged. I'm very excited. Okay, I got Quick. I don't know.
Huh.
It just looked interesting.
Why not?
Got
Jeff
Robert
Fahey.
Davi in it and
Yeah,
Tia Carrera.
That's
So you
what
can't.
it had Jeff Fahey, and that's I think what I was going for some Jeff Fahey.
We need a Fahey cast someday.
Ooh,
Yes, the other
Nice.
toy soldiers.
Sweet.
That cover.
I love that cover.
Me too. I think I'm like, there's a catalog that used to come in a lot of these early image titles, and it like shows all of what's coming from the early image stuff. Like there's several where girls just want to have fun isn't even there. It's just like a square and says image coming soon kind of thing. And this has always been in that catalog as one of those early ones, like that, Bury Me an Angel, Fraternity Vacation. There's like a bunch of them. And so I've always wanted it because now I can arrange the
It's real. Yeah, you can
Yes, it's
recreate.
real. I can recreate it now. Recreate it. Mondo, New York.
Ooh,
Ooh.
what's the deal with that?
This is sealed. This had been on my watch list for a while. For some reason, it was just like, I don't know. I think someone recommended this to me long ago, and I just was waiting for this to come up at a
Huh.
reasonable price.
Is that movie or like performance stuff or?
Documentary-ish.
Cool.
movie docu blend, kind of something like that. But it came highly recommended from a friend of mine, so I'd been waiting to get that for a while.
Ooh,
Some
Wincott.
Jeff
Nice.
Wincott. When
That's
the
a
gold
win.
on his phone. I hope they use that.
Yeah,
So
put some golden earring in there.
yes. This one, I mean, motorcycle in explosions. How can you not?
And terminal and impact in the title. Like
Yes, I know.
the two most action movie words ever.
I know.
That is Cyborg Cop 3 for those of you who are Cyborg Cop fans.
Gosh, well now I might actually be Cyborg Cop complete then.
You will probably need to track down Cyborg Cop 2.
Ah.
I don't know. I might have.
That's going to be
that.
the hard one.
Which one of those
I
dudes
might
is a
have
cyborg? They look pretty human.
None of those guys.
Okay.
Anyone on the back? Who's the cyborg?
The guy at the top, maybe? No.
You're going to have to watch to find out.
Oh my god.
Thanks, Ryan.
Spoiler alert.
Thank you. No, that was the perfect spoiler I needed. Showdown.
Now we're talking.
That movie is so good.
Yeah, it is.
Other than the final sequence.
Awesome.
So many fights.
But still, highly recommend. The sequences in that movie are just fantastic.
Gosh,
Yep.
I'm very. This has been a really good stack. This all came from.
Oh,
Oh,
damn.
yeah. More Bolo.
I love
You
Bolo.
can't go wrong.
I freaking love Bolo though.
Yep.
I don't want to name names, but I have a friend whose mother looks like Bolo.
Oh,
and so
sick.
I think that
Madame Bolo.
every time I just picture her kicking ass like Bolo, and it just it warms my heart.
Yes.
Final impact.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, right? So much impact. I had to have all the impacts.
Excellent.
Terminal,
And-
final.
I think it was just this right here that sold me.
A lot of
when I was
Lorenzo there.
And it also has Kathleen Kinmont in it
Oh,
because she was in every movie of his till they divorced.
Oh, wow.
oh my gosh.
Bolo again.
More Bolo. I was
Bolo.
going very Bolo heavy.
Yep.
It looks good. Tiger. More tigers too. And Cyber. Cyber is a big one I like.
Cyber
Ooh.
Tracker.
Don the Dragon Wilson. Nice.
Very, very solid explosions happening. And then I got this other Dawn of Dragon too.
Nice.
Gunrunner. This is what sold me.
Wow,
This
it's a
high-
high kick there.
That's what I was like. I need the virtual reality and high kick, and I was sold. And my creme de la creme is a hopefully weird. I
Oh,
haven't watched yet. Christmas
Wow.
American. That's important
Yep.
because tasty cakes and
What?
7-Up,
oh yeah.
peak America, because this is a Japanese disc.
Sweet.
So it's what they think is American. And anytime I've had Christmas karaoke discs, the visuals have just been ridiculous and the best stuff to put on in the background. You don't need to listen to the music. Like you just put on your own music.
Yeah, that's a party.
This is a party disc.
Awesome.
Yes, I'm very excited for this. So this is very seasonal. Oh, and I almost forgot I had a freaking reference disc. Just
Oh.
casual
Sweet.
disc.
12-inch one, too.
I have a 12-inch and an 8-inch actually. They came from the same place.
Excellent.
Oh, yeah. Little matching ones. Yep.
Yeah. Cute.
Yeah, I don't see the 12-inch one often.
I have like 4.
Oh, sick.
so
Yeah.
that's why.
You're hoarding them like Ryan hoards Santa
Yeah.
has muscles. Sure.
Not intentionally. They all have different. They have different numbers, so I figured that was necessary to have the different number ones.
Yeah, you never know what it's going to say in the service manual, so.
Yes.
Sweet.
Those are getting rare, and don't get rid of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not planning on it.
Yeah, don't let anyone know you have. I should just erase this. Yeah.
Oh,
Everyone's going to be coming for you now.
oh, I don't have it anymore. What are we talking
Where's your Men in Black flasher thingy?
Yeah.
about?
What's going on with Vinny? What do you got?
Yes, Vinny.
Okay. So, I'm done basically, right? I finished my Criterion. So then what do?
Buy more
You start-
LaserDiscs.
You start collecting rolling.
Ooh.
Ooh.
That's the next step after Criterion.
Yep.
It's like the AARP of collectors. You move on to Rowan. I'm not doing Encore or RKO Classics.
Okay.
Not that.
Yeah,
old.
we're
But-
recording
but
this. So
Are you
we'll
still
run this
Gene
back
Shalit
later.
complete? Are you Gene
I
Shalit?
failed. There's only 7. So
Okay.
it wasn't enough for me. More Rowan. I'm
Wow.
just obsessed with it.
Nice.
Hey, I mean, if you need more Roan, I have a lot of Roan.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm going to get them all. I think
You should get them all. They're really
Luke
good.
has them all. But there's a lot of horror that I'm not that into, but I like all the horror stuff.
Yeah.
First, I
great.
was just collecting the double features because those were cool.
I got that one.
Yeah. That one's cool.
Got this one I had never seen.
Ooh, nice.
Oh yeah.
Nope.
It's got an Oscar.
Yes.
This is a Hammer one. Looked cool.
That one's really cool.
Yeah.
I like the Hammer crossover ones.
Angel. This is Archie Mayo.
I've got that one.
Yeah, that one's good.
Looked good. It's not a competition.
No,
This is
it is.
double
You missed it.
feature.
I have that one.
Borderline, good. Good
Ryan's got them all.
I do not.
DOA,
Not
which
quite.
I've never. I don't think I saw the original DOA. I saw the remake. This is a nice. All their doubles, I think,
Yeah.
are good folds. They're just
That
cool looking.
I like how glossy the Roan covers are too.
Yeah.
They have kind of something different going on.
Yeah, I got this from. I usually don't leave a Whatnot show without one thing, so I got something that I'd never seen. Marooned.
Hmm.
It was a space movie. This was
Gregory Peck in space.
1969. So, yeah, Gregory Peck and Richard Crenna, and it was like a weird cast in space.
That's
You haven't
wild.
seen this?
I haven't seen it. No.
Seen that.
So then after Rowan, you get into late release MGM movies you've never heard of.
I've got that one.
You can tell by the
Yeah.
thin black.
Yes, I have a
Oh.
lot of those for you.
Yeah. There's some cool things in there, like Killer Elite, Sam Peckinpah,
Nice.
That
the
one's sick.
Laser Blazer, 60% off special.
Wow.
Another Truffaut MGM,
With a blue top.
Yeah, that
Blue
was
Top,
cool.
Wild Child, Cat and the Canary, which is this Rowan? No, this is not Rowan. This is Image Blackhawk Films. Thought that would be cool around Halloween time.
Yeah.
It
That one's
is
great.
silent, I believe.
Yep.
It also has a Howard Lloyd short on it. More MGM weirdness, movies I'd never heard of. After the Fox.
Yeah,
Peter
never seen
Sellers.
it.
Yeah.
Huh.
Looks cool. Hound of the Baskervilles, which was this is probably 97. Most of these are 97 or later.
Yep.
You see the black stripe for MGM, and they look good transfer wise. This was another late-ish Billy Wilder joint with Jack Lemmon. Totally random. Never heard of it.
Huh.
Last Embrace. Roy Scheider. This is a Jonathan Demme picture. This might have been Demme's
Wow.
first movie. This is 1979.
That's old Demi.
Yeah. Kind of a film noir. And there's a picture in the back. You got to see this of Roy Scheider. See what he's doing with his hand?
Oh, he's just like going to throw punch that guy or something.
He's grabbing. That's Mandy Patinkin. He's got him by the throat, and he's gonna jam him with that thing. with
That's
that hand.
awesome.
He's gonna Roadhouse rip his throat out.
Poor Mandy.
That is sealed. This is a late release Warner title from '98, To Be or Not to Be.
Yes.
Score.
I think we have the Criterion. Stage Door Canteen, which I was reading about in a book about World War II, which was just a place where they brought all stars in to entertain people.
I can see him on the jacket.
Yeah, that's cool.
This was a cool old art house film with Jennifer Jason Leigh that I remember seeing in theaters ages ago. Matthew Broderick, Campbell Scott, Peter Gallagher, Stephen Baldwin. It's an all-star cast about Dorothy Parker and her round table, Algonquin round table.
Oh, wow.
Like a bunch of cool writers who hung out. Really nice. Alan Rudolph, who I like. Had to have this. I never had it.
Open your
Yeah,
ears,
it's fun.
jackass.
As often as I listen to those tapes and I've memorized every one, I never saw it.
Same.
Yeah. So it's
Fucking
19...
barrel ass.
Yeah. I just can't wait. When there's chapters called, A Call from Frank Rizzo, you're in for
Gonna
fun.
watch that and step on piss clams
Um,
with your assy nipples.
The disc I have the most copies of is the player, but I had not gone outside of the U.S. But then I grabbed this French one.
Oh, never seen that.
Oh,
Yeah, look, interesting cover. So there's a ton of stars in the
Yeah.
movie, but they decided it's 80, a film of 80 stars, and they pulled out a couple who are barely in the movie. I don't remember Goldblum at all. Maybe he's in a party scene.
Yeah.
Like a lot of random ones instead of the key ones. Like Julia's here, yeah. Patrick Swayze, Peter Falk, it's just totally random.
But total false advertising.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's one more I don't have, a UK one, but it's always expensive on eBay, but I'll have to grab it someday. And then this is a great money-making scheme Maxine has come up with. She takes
Oh
paper
my
sleeves,
gosh.
writes in a sharp.
I did not write that.
I know. She's not sure what it is. We assume it's a test pressing of some kind.
No, I will say that I will tell the backstory on this because
Yeah, go ahead.
I have shelves of these, and
Yeah.
they are from a pressing plant manager who rescued all of these from the trash.
Oh, score.
Yeah.
And he worked there. Yeah.
Some have labels, some don't. This one has
Yes.
a label glued on top of handwriting, like other
Yes.
Sharpie
Wow.
handwriting.
All of them have the handwriting underneath, and it's typically in green ink on the ones that I
Yeah.
have.
It's so weird. I haven't spun it yet. I assume it'll look pretty much like the pan and scan. But I do love that movie, and I have the AC3
AC3,
one.
of course, yeah.
I
And
have
then for Ryan, you'll appreciate my first, probably only Hong Kong disc is Ring of
Nice.
Score.
Nice. Yeah, I saw this on VHS a million years ago, so this will be the first time I'm seeing it in a long time. And there's some lambada action going on here.
Yes, we could dancing in there.
Dancing, I forgot about that.
Great kind.
So there you go. My first Hong Kong.
That's right.
That's it for Laserdiscs.
Sweet. Did I see Luke join us? Is he still here?
I'm here.
Oh, there he is.
Do you have any LD pickups?
I do. I don't have much time. I was wondering if I could just do everything real quick since you're transitioning over after this one, right?
We'll just cut you off when we feel like it.
Yeah, we'll just,
We've
Brian's
had
got the
enough.
mute button.
Cool.
Yeah.
This is another
Cool shirt.
Oh, yeah, there
Thank
you
you.
go.
All right. I have not gotten much LaserDisc at all.
Yeah, you're sending them all to us.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hayden's got them.
Yeah.
I'm moving to Seattle like in a few weeks, so I'm trying to just get rid of stuff as much as I can. Like there's a weight limit that the Navy will take, so we're very scared that we're going to be over that weight limit. If we are, we got to pay like $1 a pound.
Boo.
And,
Like one total giant number they give you.
yes, it's 11,000 pounds. I think is the total we can have, something like that. Anyway,
That's just your Laserdiscs,
Yeah.
right?
Oh,
really? Yeah. All right, real quick. These are whatever. I picked up another one at Christmas vacation. Cool. Picked up. I've learned that I grew up. I was born in '80, so late '90s was my time. So, '90s. Anyway, I love Barry Sonnenfeld. Like I love Men in Black. I love the Addams Family. So I picked up this one. Good to go. And they're great pressings too.
That's
Men in
good
Black
disc.
is great. The Addams Family is good, real good. I've never seen this one, The Hunger. I
Score.
picked this up real
Ooh,
quick.
great movie.
Great
Nice
movie.
fight. Yep. Tony Scott. Rest in
Super
peace.
stylish.
All right, and the big one that I got, LaserDisc wise, I started The Godfather, the Epic. I had a bootleg Blu-ray that I picked up from Reanimated or something, and it's like 7 hours long. And one day I was like, "Fuck it, let's go, let's do it." And I got 4 hours in, and the Blu-ray froze on me.
Yeah.
Same spot. 4 hours and 3 minutes. I tried different players, everything I could. Same disc is messed up. So I realized that this LaserDisc box is the same except for there's one scene at the very, very end. So I picked up from a real jerky eBay seller. I don't know if you know him, but Broterian, he's real full of them.
Yeah.
That's
He gave
terrible.
me an amazing deal. I was like, have you looked at my comment on the purchase, Ryan?
No,
Like I
of
said-
course not. You could have put this guy as the worst, and I'd be like, "No, it's a positive feedback, so who cares?"
I think I wrote something like this is the best purchase I've ever made in my entire life, or I don't know. This is the godsend of a human being.
That's the one with just the first two movies, right? It doesn't have
Yes.
three. Yeah.
So that is just the first two combined together. So you got De Niro up front,
Yep.
and it's been around forever. Like there was a VHS copy that came out, and I've gotten pretty far. I've gotten to so they split Godfather 2 in half, and they put Godfather 1 in the middle there. And I've gotten past Godfather 1 where they closed the door on her. It's real good. I mean, come on, it's good. It's good. I have not finished yet. I need to sit down and finish it up because then afterwards I've got the Coda Blu-ray that just came in. I'm going to watch Godfather 3. But there is a box set that Ryan told me before I bought. He's like, you don't need that. You need this.
You got to get the big one. Yeah.
I don't need it. Don't tell me.
You need 14 hours of
God.
backstory.
Didn't you watch it for for one of the episodes?
I did.
Yeah, that was early.
It was a lot. It was. I think it's 11 hours or 10 and a half or something for all of it. I mean, there's just a lot to unpack.
I still haven't doubled back to it. I just watched the individual films, and I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna watch that box," and then I still haven't.
The only complaint with my my current eyes on it, it's like Michael really turned pretty easy. Like he was a Marine. He just came home. But he knows what his family's business does. He's like, I don't want anything to do with it. And then his dad gets shot. I'm all in, baby. Let's go. Let's
shut the door at my wife. Yeah.
The very long tracking shot on him in the restaurant is when he's sort of, you could see in his face, it takes him quite a while to make that decision what he's going to do. And he's had already been beat up right at that point, and then just Sterling Hayden really made him snap and made
I see that. I forgot that was Sterling Hayden in there. I was like, oh, holy shit, look at him.
Yeah.
So yeah, those were not Hayden. Hayden was not even alive yet.
No.
Can I go ahead with my other stuff?
I'll leave it up to Ryan. He's the guy in charge.
We'll mute you eventually. Just keep going.
Okay, cool. Let's see. Records, real quick. I bought. I'm always buying records, but here's some good ones I've found. While I'm busy, I'm still burning. So for my Christmas card this year, I'm burning Christmas mixes, and so I'm just burning CDs over here like it's 2001.
Wow.
Yeah,
keeping it alive. I love it.
Yeah. Speaking of Christmas, I got a nice Taiwanese press of A Jolly Christmas with Frank Sinatra.
Wow.
Here in San Diego, there's a lot of these Taiwanese bootlegs because of the Navy presence. Guys would go out, they would get them, hit the port, and they would come back, and then years later, they sell them to the record stores. And so I've seen a lot of these around. It's fun.
Have you listened to any of them?
Yeah, this one sounds great.
Okay, cool. Because I know that they kind of have a stigma of being trash. So
this one is. I've been listening to this a lot actually.
Yeah,
awesome.
It's a great record.
Yeah. This one I picked up the other day. This is one of my favorites. White Stripes, Under the Great White Northern Lights. This is a great live album. A lot of their the Third Man live stuff. I mean, not like their special live are like shit. Like they really low. But this was like a better release, and it's a really great live.
Looking to change careers, so yes, please.
Wait, who's changing careers?
Oh, is that me? No, that can't be me.
I don't know who that
No,
was.
that's my phone. My bad.
Yeah.
Vinny's watching another podcast while we're podcasting.
He's whatnot. I bet you money he's doing.
He's probably
I did.
He is 100% on whatnot.
Yeah.
I was
I might
yelling
be
at our buddy Fuzz for doing a show during our podcast, but he did promise to watch the replay.
All right. Fuzz is
All right.
out of the doghouse.
Last one, real quick. I need this is a big boy. Like I said, I am purging, and there's a record store called Reanimated, and I got rid of just a shit ton of duplicates. You get a lot of record duplicates. You're like, oh, I need that. You don't need that. Come on, keep the good one, and you need to get rid of the other one. And I got rid of it all, and I got this guy right here.
Ooh.
A Super Mint. This was a mixtape from Death Grips, but they did put out an LP, and this one, this was a lot of money, but it is excellent. It is a great album. So yeah.
Does Hayden still have the Death Grips cuffs poster?
Yeah, and let's not forget
it's rolled up right over there.
Excellent.
Yes, let's not forget during the Cuffs episode, Hayden rolled out a mashup of Cuffs and Ex-Military by Death Grips.
Wow.
He's amazing. All right, I'm going to do this real quick. Blu-rays. I've been just crushing Blu-rays here. Menace Society, the Criterion Collection. I watched this one again. Amazing movie. Broadcast News, Criterion. I watched this one. Not as great. This is basically Pretty in Pink, just set in a different thing. Albert Brooks is Ducky. It's good, but it's not. I don't know. Blowout. I know a lot of people love Blowout. I watched this the other day. Okay. Bitter Rice. I got this one for pretty cheap. This was an early, who was it? De Laurentiis produced movie. I've not watched that one yet. Topsy Turvy. I love me some Michael. I think I already talked about that one. This one I watched last night. Dressed to Kill. Brian De Palma.
Yeah.
Was not a huge fan. Well, it was kind of boring. Like, it's bookend.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's bookend real good. You got the shower scenes. You got the, what they say, a dream to begin with and a nightmare at the end. But it's
no body double.
Walking around.
It's no body double. It's no sisters. It really isn't.
Good call.
Godfather Coda I just talked about. I realized there's a lot of Melville that I don't have, so I picked up this one. It has a ton of special features, so I was like, yes. One of his first ones. Picked up the Vinegar Syndrome of Gorgo.
Yes, I worked on that. Brian worked on that.
Yeah, you were the monster, right? Like they said we need.
Ryan made the suit and he sent it to me, and I wore it.
Yes.
Nope.
And we shot a bunch of interstitials. Yeah.
You can't notice. It's seamless, dude. It's
Dude,
really
yeah,
good.
it's legit.
Yeah. Let's see. Virgin Suicides. I've never seen it before, but wife has talked about it a lot. I picked it up. I'm not a huge fan of Coppola.
I'm mixed on that one, but I should rewatch it.
I want to watch it and give it a chance. Let's see. Oh shit. Oh, there's so much, dude. Let's see. Blind Chance. Our buddy Kieslowski.
Excellent.
This is basically sliding doors. They stole the idea for sliding doors.
Those bastards.
Ready to Kill. Cool. A lot of criterions here. Shaft. I started watching Shaft the other night. Everybody hates him. Like, I didn't realize how much everyone hated him. Nobody respects him but his woman. That's what they say. Deep Cover. Watch that one. That was a good one. Band of Outsiders. I got that one. Good God, man. Friends of Eddie Coyle. I want to rewatch this one.
Those weigh too.
Yeah, you're like a Barnes & Noble over there.
Yeah.
You're not going to get lighter by sending away LaserDisc and getting DVDs.
There you go. Guidon, the 3-hour version of that one.
Nice.
They say it's so pretty it can't be a horror movie. That was pretty cool. Leon Moore and Priest, the Melville movie. This one's out of print. I had to get this one. Manchurian Candidate, cool.
Yeah, you're over 15 titles, I think. Yeah.
Is this the 2023 full release set? 2022? Are we what year are we on?
I will say this right now. I am not like other people. I'm not buying all of them.
Okay.
These are just the ones that I want. Like, I legit want to. And there have been some that I bought and I didn't like and I got rid of them. Jabberwocky was one of them. I thought that was fucking stupid. I got rid of it. And then what's the Roger Ebert written one?
Valley of the Dolls, Brian, the Valley of the Dolls.
I'm not a fan, so I got rid of it. Yeah. Anyway, Night of the Living Dead. You guys talking about that? Yep. And then, let's see. Oh, you got to have the Blue, White, and Red. There you go.
Yeah.
And if we're talking about Blue, White, and Red, we got to stop and we got to talk the rest of the podcast about this.
This is what it's been leading up to.
We did the first hour.
This is the Decalogue.
Yeah, you missed the Decalogue talk.
You talked about Decalogue?
Yeah,
really?
we decided not to do Breakin. We just did all Decalogue.
What? Oh, motherfucker. Well, I hate y'all. Decalogue, I don't know why. I was just looking for box sets that I wanted to get. And this has always been on the back of my mind. Everyone says it's great, great, great. Like, on Wikipedia, it says that fucking Kubrick was like, the only perfect movie I can think of is the Decalogue.
Yep.
I'm like, it's just, so I watched it, and it's a made-for-TV, 10 hours, 10 different episodes. It is set in communist Poland. It is all in like these housing projects that doctors live there. Everyone lives there. And they go through the 10 commandments. Everyone is a 10 commandment and it has the theme. It's so easy to watch. This is not art house bullshit. Like, it's just it's only an hour. So you lock in, you're like, okay, I'm ready. Let's go. You watch it. And it's amazing. The other night I was like, I want to rewatch too. So I turned it back on and it's just so good. There's a Christmas one. Come on.
It's timely.
I don't know. The only perfect movie I can think of is Decalogue. That's it. That's the only thing I can do. The last one I want to talk about, I'm going to blame Vinny for this, is he said, hey, if you go to A24, you can get this Everything Everywhere All at Once box set. I was like, well, I like that movie. I like it a lot, so I'm going to buy it. This is the third copy I bought because it come in cracked. So everything is amazing. Like,
if you buy the T-shirt, nothing comes cracked.
well, okay, well,
Yeah.
so this thing right here, the disc was already in there, and it's so tight on it, it was cracked.
Yes.
So I would get it would be in there cracked. I'm like, fuck. And I emailed the A24, and they sent me back just a robot is replying to my emails. Oh, I'm so sorry. Well, what's your address? And it was the same thing the second time, the exact same email. But whatever. So this one finally came in it, not cracked. I had to cut this out, and now I just put it in there. Whatever. Anyway, that's
Nice.
about it. Yeah. So yeah. One more thing. I got this. So I try not, because Vinny said don't buy DVDs. I was like, okay, I'm not buying DVDs. Just Blu-rays, but I do still buy the Eclipse box sets.
Yeah.
Some of them are trash, man. I've bought a few of them.
None of them are blue, obviously. Yeah.
Right. None of them are Blu-rays, and they have 0 features. And I love the features, but just the movie and whatever. So this one it's the Japanese noir basically, and it has the guy from Brandon to Kill on one of them, and then the director from Brandon to Kill does another one of them. What's his name? Suzuki. He does one of them. Cool. Just cool. And last one, I got this nice copy of Hairspray with John Waters' signature on there.
Score.
Like he is super old, and so I don't know why it happened. I went to the big. Did you go to the thing at the Oscar Museum, Max, with the John Waters Museum?
No, he like never signs anything, so that's cool that it's actually like
no. Oh yeah, I bought this off eBay, but I went and I just had him on my mind, and I was just looking around like, oh shit, this is super cheap, and then so I got that. Yeah, that's it. All right, bye. See you later.
No hot topics. You're not gonna stick around.
No, I got a book too. Shit, I actually got a book. I picked up this guy, Black Hole, nice graphic novel. I'm gonna try to check it out.
Vinny recommends books.
I have a couple to show.
Oh, shout out to Aubrey Lee in the chat and Jacob Skinner. Ryan's holding down the chat. Good job, Ryan.
And Leonard Skinner too.
And Leonard Skinner gets a shout out too. So hot topics. Not too many, but I think one of my favorite hot topics of recent LDF lore was the weird sale with the new technique of not first come, first serve, but whoever over time ends up buying the most amount of discs gets dibs on everything that's in their order, no matter how many people asked for it before them. And that technique lasted like a day, I think, before everyone kind of complained.
I think it was 12 hours if we looked at the timestamps.
Why don't we launch a new site that's how the auctions work? Launch a new app, like Whatnot, but the person who buys the most wins everything.
Yeah. Even the stuff they didn't want.
Right.
Yeah.
You got to buy extra to get it.
Yeah, auto parts, clothing, whatever it is.
I think some of us were maybe going to make a move on one of those discs too, and then
Yeah, but I wasn't buying a whole bunch of them, so
right.
I just passed.
And then, like, how many days do you have to wait until like the results are in?
Infinite.
Yeah, and like, oh,
There was no time frame. Just if you're willing to fork over the most cash, I am willing to take it and F everyone else.
yeah.
That's not the way to
And it
do
was kind of like in the guise of, well, I can't really track things. I'm like, this requires a lot of tracking. Like,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
like it's just easier to have a list of people and whatever movies they bought off you. Like, that's not that hard, right?
Apparently.
Very hard.
Yeah, but you guys should do that more often.
It's wild.
What else is going on? Just a shout out to our European friends. Normally, we get a lot of people buying older American players that predate CD audio or digital audio, and that they try and watch, a movie, and all they hear is like the commentary track and the AC3 hiss. But it's there's a reverse situation. There's some NTSC PAL players over in Europe that don't play analog audio at all. So keep that in mind.
Whoa.
I've got one of those players from Seth. So if you play like Breakin on it, you will hear nothing, even through the RCA jacks on the back. So yeah, there you go. Because I think there's been like 2 people in either the UK or somewhere in Europe recently who have tried to watch analog discs, and like I think, yeah, your player might not be able to do it.
LaserDisc was always a simple format.
Right?
Practically plug and play.
Yeah.
Exactly. This one's right up Vinny's alley. I hear the cool thing to do now is to bring your discs to a movie theater, right?
Yeah.
Do you get a discount if you bring LD?
It's a weird thing. I would never have occurred to me to ever do that. But more than one person has done it now.
Like LaserDisc?
And taking photos
DVD
to
or-
document it.
LaserDisc. Yeah, with the LaserDisc.
Yep.
They brought it to your theater and then
No, this was someone in LDF went to see, I think it was Abyss, right?
Yep.
A bunch of people went to see the Abyss
Yeah.
Yep.
and brought the disc in with them and posed for a picture. I don't know. That's a big thing to bring
And
in.
the press kit too.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah. I'd bring it if I was like, if you're going to talk back and the director's there, you get it signed, sure. But just for our sake, I mean,
I did have a cringy period in the 90s when I would buy bootleg scripts before the movie came out. And then I would go see the movie and I'd have the script with me. Like I'd just be thumbing it casually before the film starts. You're like, oh, that? Yeah, I got the script for this.
yeah.
When do you get to page 55? It's amazing. But I outgrew that.
Right. That's where you met your wife?
No.
This is the hot
That guy with the bootleg script.
Picked up absolutely no babes doing that technique. Yeah. Can report that does not work.
Oh my God.
Imagine walking past like an 18-year-old usher with a laser disc. Sir, what is that?
Yeah.
Why are you bringing that
Yeah.
to your seat?
Is that a weapon?
You're assuming they have ushers. I mean, like,
That's true.
it's more
It's a free for all now.
God.
Yeah, lucky you see Howler in there and he'll know what it is.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he said that one guy said too that he came late, so he's like the audience missed out. Yeah,
Right.
That's incredible.
could chat with them about it. Yeah, so
Love that.
I don't know. Go for it. Bring your discs in.
I feel like I'm gonna have to try it.
I think that's funny and I like it.
and post your selfie, because if there's no selfie, there's no proof.
No.
I mean, yeah, we're bagging on it, but the truth is we're just not brave enough to bring LDs in with us.
I could put in my back pocket.
The last time I brought a LaserDisc out in public was when I went to see Liquid Sky and I got it signed.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
But I was at the Egyptian Theater with a LaserDisc, so I was there.
I mean, yeah, I've got them in shopping bags, but that's about it.
I expect to see them strewn across like the New Beverly or somewhere.
Right? Yeah.
Not in a multiplex.
If they don't have the poster for something, sometimes they'll put the LaserDisc. If
really?
one of the, because Quentin does have LaserDiscs.
Oh, sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
And some of the people that are in that whole family of people that work there have LaserDiscs, and sometimes they'll put those in the front ticket window as the poster for whatever they're playing if they don't have a poster to put in.
Well, that reminds me, Marcus, I forgot that Ernest Dickerson shot Crush Groove.
Oh, nice.
He was the DP on that, and he did all Spike's movies, and he was a customer at Laserland. And someone else mentioned something about, or they were talking about Juice.
Yep.
And it reminded me about Ernest Dickerson coming in to buy LaserDiscs. So that's cool.
Oh, speaking of celebrities, I got to meet a guy named Vinny last week.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
We don't have the photo. It's on
A lot
LDF.
of it. It basically looks just like this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Only with
Just
Santa
for-
Claus in the middle.
Yep.
And Santa, right?
Yeah.
That's how I know it's fake. AI generated.
I did get some swag.
Nice.
Thanks, Vinny.
Wow.
I'll be wearing that. So that was cool. Yeah, we both survived. It's impressive.
Yeah.
He's real.
I love that.
It's a
I
good
love it.
state.
Yeah, come on by. I totally spaced. We should have gone and did Ice Storm location because Ice Storm is a new canon movie.
Oh,
So-
is that right? I'll go check. I'll look
Yeah,
for
during the daytime maybe.
Yeah.
We'll go location scouting. Be like, oh, that's the house with the key party. Cool.
Yeah, since the last podcast, I met Luke.
Oh
That
yeah.
happened since we last did that.
Yeah.
So saw the bro hole up close and personal.
You might want to explain that.
It was
That's
So
his like garage, right?
His garage area is full of laser discs and VHS and Blu-ray and all kinds of stuff. He's got a couch and a CRT, and then he's got all his players hooked up, and he goes out there to chill and watch movies.
And now the Navy's going to tear it down.
Yep.
Yeah.
He sent you home with what, a plasma TV, or what do you get there?
Yeah. So we did a trade. So I took him a Pioneer Elite plasma,
Nice.
60-inch,
Wow.
and I came away with a bunch of discs. So it was a win-win.
Score.
And his family loves the TV upgrade, so they're enjoying it.
Jesus. Plasma's great, but man, that's heavy. I really think he made a mistake there with his weight.
I was happy to gain the floor space in my garage because it was taking up a lot of space.
And if all things go well according to plan, Ryan might be coming out my neck of the woods soon. So,
yep, there will be photos. Might have to, visit a bookstore or something. Maybe.
Yeah.
Bring a laser disc into the bookstore.
Yeah. Pose with it.
Yeah.
Sir, what's that? Wait, do we sell laser discs?
I'll show up with prison heat.
Yes. That's the right one.
Just wait for someone to talk about it. It's a good conversation starter. What else is going on here? Kramer Mania. There's a lot of Kramers going on.
There's always some Kramer stuff happening.
And as far as I know, everyone's been getting the VP 728, the 729, but that doesn't have the comb filter that is what everybody's craving from the 773, which is the one I have. But then there was a lot of talk about the Deano laser chip in the 729, which is a HQV chip. But again, there's a crappy comb filter in front of that Deano laser. So I don't know what the benefit of, unless you could feed it something else. But, the whole idea of getting the Kramer 773 is to use the comb filter and then pump it out and have something else do the deinterlacing. Actually, I think you're forced to use the deinterlacer in the 773. But anyways, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But I talked to Ari Franklin. He just bought a 773, so I'm intrigued to see how that works for him. But I don't know. So if you get the 728, 720, it'll work. It'll do stuff. It'll scale and everything like that. But it doesn't have the killer comb filter. But
I think I'm done upscaling my Laserdisc at this point. There is an Onkyo, one of those 809s or whatever, the Onkyo receiver with the bad audio.
Did you get one?
There. It's an hour away, and I just haven't committed to going to get it.
Yep.
It's like $40. It doesn't work. It's perfect. It's exactly what I'm told. Whatever Peter tells me.
Yeah, that's like Peter 2022 gear. I still haven't gotten one.
Yeah, so it's out there if I ever want it somewhere in New Jersey. I doubt anyone's rushing to pick this up from this guy.
I was waiting for someone to harvest the boards out of those because it's just so huge. Like, it'd be great if you could just remove that.
That sounds like a Bill project. Send Bill.
Yeah, and put it in a smaller casing.
You can 3D print the case.
Right?
That's a Bill Ethan crossover.
Like if you had the remote, probably all you need is the IR. Like you don't really need any front panel stuff or display or anything. You just need it to do the LD pass through. But
if there's no front panel, then how can I make custom decals for it?
Exactly. Oh yeah, good point. Yeah.
I just can't believe that people aren't developing new LD solutions for the modern day, with this big market we have.
Right.
Yeah. Well, Andrew Warren's supposedly working on that custom processor.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
And it's going to have like a Swiss Army knife of stuff, supposedly. Even Muse processing, supposedly. We'll see how it goes.
Leave it when it happens.
Yep.
Yeah. R&D.
But yeah, I'll test one. I'm down for that. But yeah, so good luck with your Kramer buying. But yeah, the 773 is the one that everybody wants. But I mean, your results may vary. Yeah.
Good luck trying to find it now that you've plugged it.
Yeah, what do you still use it, Vinny? Ferrugia?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The 1510 or the one with the DVD player in it that Peter got rid of.
Yeah, it's like Peter 2016 maybe.
Yeah. We're 5 years behind. 5 years behind.
Yeah.
There's a nice flow chart if you want us one of these times we'll go over it.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's
Peter
funny.
and timeline and things and what Vinny bought and what Vinny ended up with and what
Who he
Sam
sold
was like,
everything
that
to.
shit, and
Yeah, he's even beyond Mad VR now. He's onto some other algorithm.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
right.
Oh my gosh.
he's on like
AI.
17 chip projector at this point.
Because yeah, there was one point I was like, "Oh, Mad VR." He's like, "Oh, I'm not into that. I'm into this now." It's like,
I love it. I love it so much.
yeah, I'm like, okay, cool. I can never keep up. It's like, yeah, the only constant is change.
Yeah. It's transcended
What else
the
is
thing
going on?
quality.
Now, best old '80s transfers. What's the best old '80s transfer?
Oh, God, I
Breakin.
couldn't think of one. Breakin, I guess. Right.
I mean, it's serviceable.
Unfortunately, not Valley Girl.
Yeah, definitely not
Oh.
anything Vestron did.
Unfortunately,
Estron?
the best strong.
I mean, the content of the film is quality,
Yes.
but
Yes, quality, but the pressing.
Yeah.
It's questionable.
They're just all stealth
Good
squeeze, Sam.
question.
All stealth squeeze.
yeah, because nobody. I wonder who that engineer was that did the transfers. Like, he probably had no idea what he was doing.
I think you meant to say intern.
He or she. Yeah,
The
exactly.
overnight kid.
It's like, this movie came and it's all squished. I don't know. I just scanned it as is. Let's see what I can do with it.
Threw it on the LaserDisc. They won't notice.
Yeah.
All 5 of them.
But all those old Encore discs, those are pretty nice looking, especially the black and white ones.
Black and white.
Yes, those are really nice.
Mhm.
I feel like I want to find a good 80s transfer now. Because usually if I'm watching something, it's later. You know,
Same.
or something I don't care about, like a Rowan or whatever, you know.
Yeah, we're getting those remasters and all that stuff. So, but yeah, I was trying to think of anything that's like a killer one, but I don't
There's
know.
like good anime and stuff.
Yeah,
Anime.
Like
Yeah.
Neo Tokyo is like a 1987 CAV widescreen,
yep.
and it's like it looks pretty good. I mean, there's no, I would not spend hundreds of dollars on the DVD,
Yeah,
versus the LaserDisc. It really doesn't leave much to be desired besides subtitles.
yeah. Akira
Who
counts.
Who needs those? Oh yeah, for sure.
That's late '80s. Yep. So this is the weird thing with anime releases, that they didn't sweat the digital. Like, it took a while to like start adding. Even though Pioneer was like really pimping the digital audio, but they didn't add it to a lot of releases until like late '80s. They're like, yeah, all right, there you go. But yeah, I don't know. I just watched Dawn of the Dead. It's kind of grindhouse looking,
Wow.
but if you like that, it's kind of orange and yeah,
Wow. Maybe I want to get that pressing now.
you should get it. Yeah. It comes with a yellow cover most of the time.
I know.
with
I
spots
know.
and-
It's just sounding more and more interesting. It just sounds like it's unique in the plethora of Dawn of the Dead.
Well, the other cool thing was that and the Night of the Living Dead one, they've got like chapters of the yin yang, because doesn't even just have chapters for story elements. It's got a chapter for any like unique like music cue, anything that's like, there's like George A. Romero centric stuff. Like if he shows up in it, there's a chapter for that. So it's got like over 100 chapters.
That's insane.
It's
What?
crazy.
Oh my
Yeah. And so it's got this booklet that breaks it all down. Oh, that's the music chapter. That's the Romero chapter. There's the, it's like every time a
Wow.
helicopter goes by, there's a chapter for that. Yeah.
They should have freaking involved the barcode scanning. What the heck?
Right? You'd be like,
barcode
scan for
scanning.
Romero. Oh, there he is. Boop, boop. So it's pretty cool. Considering 85, there wasn't a lot of like heavy chapter use over here, at least in the States.
No, no.
It's got
You're
some
lucky.
trailers too.
Chapters.
It's got like a trailer for Martin and Dawn of the Dead, of course, and Night of the Living Dead. But
That's cool.
I recommend it. What else is out there? Got any hot topics, Ryan?
No, I mean, like, I'm storing discs at Sam's house, and I'm storing discs at Hayden's house, and I'm storing discs at Marcus's house and Maxine's house. Vinny will not let me yet, but I'm gonna do it.
Why
And,
are you spreading these discs around?
Well, you see, I'm gonna sell them, and I'm gonna send strangers to your houses. So
Okay, right.
just be ready. It's gonna happen.
All right, yeah.
It'll be random, but
We're like an Amazon locker, right?
it's
That's
better
how they
than
work.
Amazon Locker
Yep.
because I don't pay for it, and I get to tell random people when they show up, and I'll give them the garage code. So
Nice. Awesome.
whatever, it's cool.
I mean, I don't have a ton of storage left. I don't know, Ryan. We're gonna have to talk this through.
Yeah.
Step 1, steal underpants. Step 3, profit.
Sure. Yep. I get that. We'll see what we can do. You want to do some physical media pickups?
Sure.
I mean, Luke already did his, but
No.
I don't have many. I'll be quick.
To go get.
I mean, I got a hat from Vinny, so thanks, Vinny. Yeah. I still haven't taken the sticker off. I got to do that. Oh, I didn't even have all the stuff.
The kids leave the sticker on.
Oh, is that give extra swag
Yeah,
points?
all the kids are doing it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Leave a sticker on.
Flex fit. Yep.
That's it.
All right. Sweet. I got some stuff from Max, but I didn't bring it all with me. But one of the things I showed this on Insta was a Pioneer player, kind of little sales placard. It's just got like a little stand on the back. But I just used my label maker and I made one for the R7G with the original MSRP.
Nice.
So I put that on that stand behind me.
Good.
What else we got? Not too many records. I got a bunch of James Bond soundtracks, but I didn't have them handy. Grabbed a Joe Jackson Look Sharp.
Ooh, that's a Desert Island disc for me.
Yeah, I didn't have a copy on vinyl, so I grabbed that.
I see he's touring.
Is he?
He's doing. He's splitting the show. The first half is just the hits.
Yep.
But then you got to stay for the second half, which is his new sort of concept album of like old English,
Okay.
big band stuff. I don't know. It's weird.
Huh. And grabbed a copy of Zenyatta Mandata because I was going to get my parents' copy as a hand-me-down, but it got damaged, so I had to go buy my own. So there you go. Classic police stuff. That's about it for records. Also grabbed a pack of 12-inch dividers. I don't have cool Pioneer dividers like Maxine, and I think Ryan's got some too, or maybe he bought them for her.
Nope, I have them.
No, I have.
Giving them up.
Yes, I have mine.
But yeah, I just got some plain old BCW ones. And again, I got a label maker, so I can put genres and stuff on there.
I'll send you a picture of the font so you can match it.
Score. And not too much Blu-ray-wise. I got a DVD of Murder in the Front Row until I realized there's a Blu-ray out there, so I'm going to have to upgrade this anyways. Great documentary about San Francisco Bay Area thrash metal scene. So very 80s. But also it kind of breaks into jazz a little bit too, because one of the biggest venues was owned by a jazz guy, and he had like no interest in thrash metal at all, and him and his family were kind of like helped this whole movement grow up, which is pretty amazing. So Ruthie's in the Bay Area, it's like where Exodus would play all the time. Great documentary, narrated by what's his face there, Posehn. Yep, Brian Posehn. And I got a Christmas mix from Luke, so yeah. All vinyl mix. Got to get that. And yeah, that's about it. I don't think I have anything else.
No record store day?
I didn't go out, no.
Oh.
Yeah, I didn't do it. Yeah, that's it. Hold on.
What's behind you there? It looks like a clock.
Oh, yeah. I do have access to Max Swag Pioneer Clock.
Ooh.
That's on my desktop here. Thanks for reminding me.
I
And
just saw behind you there.
this guy here, yep, boop, is another one with LaserDisc clock going on there. So yes, thanks, Max. And
Yeah.
you can't see it. There's a Sony high vision, kind of like beach towel, like kind of almost looks like a director's chair sized, kind of beach towel banner that's hanging in the back from one of my speakers. And then a ton of other cool stuff. But again, I didn't bring it over because I'm an idiot. But I do have the 3-hole punch. It's really, really stylish. Just happened to be near me. That's it. What do you got, Ryan?
I have stuff. Okay. So it's been a while, and we've had multiple things go on. Black Friday.
I should go get a drink.
And Vinegar Syndrome, Black Friday, and other Black Fridays. But
oh yeah, I did
we'll
get a bunch of stuff from Vince. I had like LDs from them, but I did jobs
no,
and I can't talk
but,
about
I
them.
did get a Degosser video T-shirt. Shout out to their new sub label.
Yeah.
Degosser Video.
I saw the nerds complaining about that video they did because they're like, it wasn't cool or whatever. Yeah.
Like, I mean, had they have seen that guy in other videos, that's just the way he is. It's cool.
Yeah, it was
Whatever.
fine.
Like, why be angry about something? It's, yeah, whatever.
It's the internet.
All right, so I'll start with records, though, because why not?
Yep.
So here we go. I picked up some Sweet Metal
Ooh.
Annihilator.
Canadian
Allison
metal
I
even.
freaking love that record. It's so good.
It is so damn good.
Oh
Check out
my
the sweet
god, I
hair.
love Alice in Hell. Oh my god.
Alice in Hell.
So good. So good.
Yeah, it is.
I'm a little slow. I thought
No,
you
we're
had
just
more.
going to keep singing Alice in Hell. We're good.
Oh, stop it. You're getting all my hits here. These are my favorites.
Armored Saint,
I
Hell
fucking
yeah.
love Armored Saint. Oh my
March
god.
of the Saints.
The Delirious Nomad's slightly better, but March of the Saints really good.
Yeah, I've got Delirious Nomad.
Yes.
It's a cutout, though.
A sweet band called
Dude,
Sacred Wreck.
Ignorance.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't see that one that often.
No.
I have a guy I get stuff from his garage, and those were from his garage.
Yeah, you've been working out of that garage for like 10 years now, right?
Well, he buys out random collections
Oh, okay.
all over. The
I just
US,
imagine
so-
like there's like another section of the garage he won't let you see yet.
Yeah, right.
No, like he found more stuff, and he texts us, and there's a sale, and we go down to his garage with cash. It's
That makes
amazing.
way more sense.
Yeah.
I found this at a record store. It is as minty as can be.
I mean,
That's just the label being removed, the price tag, and all that fun stuff. But this one's common.
not
That's-
at all.
Crazy.
Yeah. So Sam will be getting a couple things at some point when I see him.
Uh-oh.
But the guy bought out dead stock from a store that closed in like 1999, and he's been opening one box a month and pricing it for his store. So that was in there. I picked up a bootleg,
Oof.
Wow.
CP Unplugged.
That's great.
I'm
Good.
sure it's some random color. I have not opened it, so
Oh, yeah.
don't ask.
They
me,
always
but-
are.
Yeah, I love it though. Like most of them sound really good. Sometimes there's a few like little issues with, but you know, whatever. Another bootleg
Wow.
from the days of me listening to new metal, like it was the hottest shit on earth, and it still is. It still is. All right. Record store day. I did get out on Black Friday.
Oh,
Picked up Tantric.
wow.
Oh, I'm only picking up things from when I was a teenager at this point.
That's what you do at
Yeah.
this age.
Taproot, Blue Sky Research.
All the Thai bands.
Yeah, I picked up the tees.
Yes.
Got some more metal from the garage. Hang on a second. I have no clue what this one is, but the cover sold it. It's called Predator, and the dude is just like lurking beneath the dock.
Oh.
Easy prey.
Look at that guy.
This is
Yeah.
like in
Like-
the great white like zone of like
Yeah.
Oh yeah, pure cheese, pure cheese. And
He's
then
chilling. Oh, he
finished
got her.
Predator on the
Wow.
back. Like they finished the job. Like on the.
Oh, and it's Metal Blade even.
Yeah,
and it's
that's
Metal Blade. Yeah,
Wow.
no, it's legit like quality shit. I mean, maybe
Yeah.
it could be a miss, but it
I
can't
mean,
be with that cover. A little bit of Dark Angel,
Choice.
Oh, that's
Yep.
sick too.
and then a couple more. I think I don't know. Here we go. A band I listened to that got back together for when we were young, did a reissue, and it's already sold out because that's what happens.
Yeah.
Got something corporate
Ooh.
leaving
Wow.
through the window, and of course North, and they had inserts that came with them, and this one of course is signed if you pre-ordered and all that, which
Wow.
they sold out immediately. So really cool.
Any fig dish?
I tried, but that sold out. They only did 50 pressings, and I think Vinny bought 49 of them.
Yeah, he's gonna resell those.
One more Black Friday. I picked up the Punk Goes Christmas compilation
Oh, cool.
Sick. I love that.
because support your local record store. Or the guy in a garage in a basement
Yeah.
or whatever else that
It's
you know
local.
takes cash only. Last time I lost this before I showed it off, but I did pick up the new Blink 182
Oh, rad.
because they're old but still making Blink 182 songs.
Still going, huh?
And a couple more on the album front. There's this band called Newfound Glory that I've been going to their concerts for a long time, and they finally reissued Catalyst, issued. They never
Wait.
put it on vinyl.
Why is there a stack of them?
Well, I got this one, and then I got this one, and then I got this one.
Oh yeah, you gotta have that
Are
one.
they all colored?
I got this one,
Oh, you need
Wow.
that.
and I got this one. They are all different colors. I'll open like one of them and keep the other four in a case in case the one wears out or something.
Yeah.
But it had never been on vinyl, and I have a problem, so they took
Very-
advantage of it.
You're definitely not making the Navy weight limit.
Oh yeah, I crushed the weight limit in just this podcast. And then I got some. I think that's it. Yeah, I got some movies that just came in. I would have had like nothing if it wasn't for today.
Whoa.
Thanks,
Vinegar
Vinegar
Syndrome heard
Syndrome.
we were doing a podcast and
Yeah,
they
they're, like,
put a rush
dropping
on my
it
order and shipped it out. So here we go. I got The Untold Story 2.
Ooh,
Ooh.
This one's family friendly, just like The Untold Story.
I can
As
only
you can
imagine.
tell.
Yeah.
Wow.
And this is it's a VSA, so it's the top loaders, which are cool. I got the Sweet Daryl.
Oh wow.
So this
Oh.
is a full like magnetic clasp case, kind of like they did with Showgirls and Roadhouse. So give me a second while I fight the magnet.
Sweet, like vaporwave graphics. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's really cool. It's got a booklet. It's got the movie with another slipcover inside because you need more slipcovers. You get
Multi-slip.
a full cover, and of course the little strap to like pull it out. So I'm really looking forward to it. I haven't seen this movie.
Wow.
It's quality.
So,
It's
yeah,
80s.
really nice full thick book. They don't mess around, and it's 4K, I believe. 99% sure. Got the Prophecy box set.
Oh
with
wow.
Christopher Walken, 1 through 3. This is also magnetic a little bit. It like holds together.
Does it have the God's
Really
Army
cool.
cut of the first movie? I've been looking for that.
I
For a
don't
long
know
time.
what they did with this. Like I whatever was the like either the extended or whatever. It's all 4K.
Oh yeah.
Let me see. Doesn't say anything about God's Army. So I don't
damn.
know if that was like a.
Because yeah, it like came out overseas, and then I used to watch it like on a bootleg with all my friends, and then like a year later, it came out here in the States, and it was like a totally different cut.
Whoa.
So I'm always looking for the original. That's not like a cheesy bootleg VHS.
Damn.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's cool though.
It may not.
Yeah, it's probably licensing. It's like one of those Miramax Dimension things.
Yeah, or it could be that like that's unofficial and was like just like a work print or something. Who
No,
knows?
like it came out like legit in like I don't know the Netherlands.
Yeah. I got a Cronenberg film, Existence.
Yeah, but that's not on Laserdisc though, so it's not
I have that too, but this is this
I
one was
ordered-
like
I ordered
their
that.
best
Well,
selling like
Yeah, I didn't
ever
get
that they've
mine.
done of a film of this like nice booklet.
It's got the
And,
commentary
of course-
track too, right?
I'll look. Give me a second.
I think it does.
Of course, it's 4K. And brand new interview, archival featurette, archival interviews, archival commentary.
There we go.
track. Yep. Yeah, they went all out on this, so really looking forward to that because this one's kind of languished since the sweet Laserdisc that no one has besides Marcus and a few other of us. So
Yeah, that's a score because Criterion's been releasing all the Cronenberg stuff, and they got
yeah, but
scooped.
Vinegar Syndrome does it better. So
You just got it today?
yes, it literally came today. I'm a subscriber, so yours will
Oh,
be
you
like
did early.
next month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be a while.
Oh, really?
I
Okay.
just they do subscribers and then the Flash pre-order people, which
Got it.
it wasn't announced for the Flash pre-order. So like then like the third was the Black Friday people. So you'll get there, but it'll be a little bit.
They have them at the shop too if you want to go get them at the shop.
Yeah. That is the cool thing. The Black Room, which was like a long out of print and never properly released slasher from the 80, 81.
Never seen it.
So I'm looking forward to that. Great looking slipcover. I just really like line these up in different orders and look at the covers. And I'm like, oh, what do I want to watch? And then like 2 hours later, I go to bed.
The chat was all revved up for your Vinegar Syndrome pickup, so
Oh, good.
yeah.
Excellent. This is the first DeGosser video release. It's Redneck Zombies.
Holy smokes! What a cover!
Yeah. So a lot of these were either like shot on video or like on like a D2 master or something. So it could have been shot on film, but then later on was edited down. So there was never like a full edit done on film or anything. So that's their new label, is that kind of like gray area between just straight VHS and film releases. So we're gonna get a lot of stuff that like this that like doesn't have that true like film release. And then the other thing, Fatal Games was in this month's release.
That doesn't look cool enough, though.
Yeah, another cool one. Great looking slipcover. And then for us, dumb enough to spend $10 for film preservation on April Fool's Day, we were given this amazing Fatal Games slipcover. These are scratchable, like it's like different like weapons and stuff. And then on the back, it's got like a Vincendo. So really, really cool. It has directions on how to play to like. I won't scratch mine. I won't probably even like put it in the movie. I'll find a way to just like keep it with the movie because it's really, really cool. And it was only for dumbasses who spent $10 on a piece of cardboard, not knowing what we were getting.
Wow.
And then the other big thing, they'd been talking and like previewing and mentioning it all year, kept getting pushed back, which I think their plan was always to do it on Black Friday. They did this amazing box set, which is the Lost Picture Show. So it's all these long forgotten films, giant chunky box, flips out again. So like you've got this, and then each one they've got 5 films in each side. Original, like as nice as they could do it, booklets. I'm really looking forward to it because it's a lot of stuff that just hasn't existed, or like there were, maybe a VHS or a really nasty DVD scan, or not even that. And lots of stuff that I've never heard of. So really, really cool. And then I rounded out some of my collection and a few other things. I like buying some of the partner labels. This was not one of them. This is a VSA. This is a gun for Jennifer. Really cool. Straight to video.
Family friendly.
Family friendly, of course. And then I actually didn't buy any partner labels now that I see it. I don't remember what I got. I've been rounding out my collection of like older releases, trying to be mostly complete. I'm not going to go crazy on something that like they haven't reissued or, long out of print or whatever else. But I did get The Undertaker with the Media Club slipcover. So this movie is now out of print.
Ooh. And
the slipcover was only for people who had points.
Wow.
So really, really cool. And then I had shown off the slipcovers, but I didn't even own the movies, but I used my points. So I now picked up Terror and Mausoleum to go in the slipcovers I already have. Because I could almost watch the movie, except for I didn't even have the movie.
That's hilarious.
Just covers before you had the movies?
No, but I had the slipcover, so that's all that really mattered.
How did you get those? How did you get slipcovers only?
With your points from buying things, you can redeem them for some of the legacy slipcovers that they've reissued for only people with points. Okay. So it's a great way to incentivize people to buy older movies that they're like, oh, there's no slipcover, I can't watch it. And then I got one more thing from DeGosser Video. Marcus was showing off this really, really awesome LaserDisc called Rad. This is the big box VHS.
Oh, yeah, the VHS, yeah.
It's magnetic, of course. So really, really gorgeous presentation. And hang on. It lights up.
Oh,
lights up, yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Totally unnecessary. And I'm like, oh, do I really need this?
Yes.
I kind of do.
Yes,
you do. Great looking tape.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm sure that the LEDs will die in like a year and I'll be like, man, that was a dumb purchase. But
and isn't it
cool.
limited to 500, I think, or 600?
Yeah, it was 500 and sold out
immediately.
But yeah, just really, really cool. And so I was like, I will splurge on this. I didn't get the Redneck Zombies. I was like, I'm grabbing Rad. That's cool enough.
Good choice.
And then I had one other thing that was non-Vinegar Syndrome. I pre-ordered it for release day. It got lost in that Jeff Bezos queue of death. And I had options to cancel it and get it at a higher price, or yell at the chat person after the robots told me it was coming like 14 times. So I yelled at the chat person, and it is scanned by Vinegar Syndrome, but released by Troma. This is the Toxic Avenger collection in 4K. It is all 4 of them. So pure masterpieces, top to bottom.
Sure.
Some of the greatest film ever made. Criterion wishes they could do this, but Vinegar Syndrome scanned it for Troma.
Wow.
And it has toxerific content.
Of course.
So those are my pickups. Lots of stuff, but it was just timing and craziness. So
Jay's 1969 in the chat says that he heard the Existence cover has hair on it. Does it have hair on it?
it's not hair. It looks like it. Hang on.
Okay.
It's
got human hair.
Like it's like textured. So
Okay.
it's kind of cool, but it's not actual hair.
All
I thought
right.
it was actually fuzzy.
Velour.
Yeah.
Maybe if you had more points, you could have got a fuzzy one.
That'll be next year that they'll have the fuzzy one, and I'll rub it in when I have the fuzzy Existence and you have the regular one that comes next January.
Right.
All right, Marcus, you got a stack of stuff to outdo Ryan?
Please
No,
do.
I got a very small stack of non-LD pickups, so I'll be quick.
It's all good.
I'm going to start with, so these are the only, in addition to the Breakin vinyl that I got from RE, he sent me a couple others. So one
nice.
is
Yeah.
Shaft.
Sick.
So I have nothing to play this on, but
Oh, we'll
I
rectify
have
that.
anyway.
Yeah.
No,
Luke will send you a
Yes.
turntable. He can't move it anyways.
I
Literally.
want to open another can of worms.
Do you have a nice like surround sound system you're pumping your LaserDisc
He's
through?
got the Rotel gear, so
Yeah, my
So
surround system
all you
is
need
really
is
nice.
a turntable. You're
Turntable would
90%
sound sweet through
there.
that
Come
gear.
on.
Right in.
just saying.
It's a spot on the back for it.
Yeah, here's another vinyl, Wakanda
Nice.
Forever.
Nice. Is it like
You sent
special
over?
special version or
The color.
Yeah, it says black ice
Ooh,
color vinyl,
Cool.
Ooh.
limited
Score.
edition. All right. Let's see. Not the only 4K, but this is the only one I grabbed. 4K that I got recently in time for Christmas, Home Alone. So upgraded I think we had we were watching this on LD up until now. I don't even think I had a Blu-ray of this.
That's what I'm
And
doing.
it looks fantastic. Looks
Cool.
fantastic. I rounded out my Boondocks collection. So I got seasons 3 and seasons 4
Sick.
on DVD. So I've got all of them now.
I love that show.
So good.
I missed that.
Yes. Excellent. And then I added some more to my Airborne and Wizard, buy on any and every format I can find collection. So I got screener VHS copy of
Ooh.
Airborne.
Whoa.
Not easy to come by.
Oh.
And this one's even harder to come by. Screening cassette of the Wizard.
Oh, look at that. That's a
So
flex.
This is pretty cool. Yeah. So when I posted the PAL Wizard that I found, Video Kid, some guy randomly posted, "Hey, I have a screener cassette if you
Dude.
want it," because he saw I had a whole bunch of VHS versions, and he sold it to me for a reasonable price. So it's a good deal. And then the last one that I'll share is another Wizard that I was after. I did not have any Japanese copies, so I found the VHS that I have. Obviously, I have the LaserDisc, but I found the VHS. This is translated to be Sweet Road.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they. Oh, I actually read that.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, so Sweet Road is how they translate that. And there are actually there's actually 2 VHS that were released. One with the green cover, the one with the yellow cover is dubbed in Japanese, but this one's in English.
But yeah, the road trip elements are kind of nobody ever talks about those. They just talk about the gaming stuff. Yeah.
Right, it's the road to Los Angeles.
Yeah.
So that's it for non-LD pickups for me.
Sweet.
So I'll pass it over to Hayden.
What do you got, Hayden?
I got some stuff. Ryan sent me a few movies.
Oh no.
Apparently there's a sequel to 300.
There is.
I have that now.
I saw it in the theater.
I guess I have to get 300 to go with it.
Oh my
Panic. I don't know anything about this, but
It's
I
actually
like
Satanic
panicking.
Panic, and that's the
Oh.
Walmart slipcover version where they took the
Oh,
Satanic off the
okay.
cover.
It's just panic.
Satanic wasn't Walmart friendly.
Yep.
Yes, but if you take the movie out, it says Satanic Panic under the slip.
Oh,
Oh,
the
okay. That's great. And then this BKO Bangkok Knockout.
All right.
It's a
Yeah.
magnet release, so it's going to be good.
Okay,
Gonna
good.
slap.
I figured it would be high quality.
You're not required to keep these things. You know, he's just sending you trash.
No,
He did send
I
it in
send
a-
good stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Gold.
I mean, you did send it in a trash bag with a
Right.
piece of duct tape on it labeled "This is my trash," but
Like-
And some chicken bones.
Well, I got that from Luke.
some
That's
some
true.
to-go
He does
boxes.
Literally
Yeah.
tell you it's your problem, not his.
Speaking of Luke, he hooked me up with some stuff. This is a bootleg collection of Godzilla Super 8 movies.
Oh, wow.
So these are like the
Yeah,
8mm home releases, just a
awesome.
compilation of all sorts of Godzilla and other Toho monsters, Giant Behemoth, Rodan, all sorts of stuff. So
That's
that's
fun.
pretty cool. And it's got like the cover is just the little boxes,
Yeah.
you know, repeating, but it actually looks pretty cool. Like
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good.
I
That's
literally have
awesome.
like one of those as an actual 8mm one.
that's awesome. I wanted to pick some of those up for the longest time. I had an 8mm projector
I'm gonna
for a
I'm gonna
while, but I
send
just
it to you. I'll send it to you. The only I got it in a lot, and the only ones that I wanted was the Creature from the Black Lagoon one. I'll freaking send it to you.
I'll take it.
I got a projector too.
I'll
I'll,
have to
send that.
Okay. I'm sure the shipping on that would be nice.
Yeah,
I mean,
reasonable.
I guess I got to keep it because I want to play my
Is it
home
one of
movies.
those like all metal ones that has like a shell that goes over it?
Yes,
Mine's-
those are good for fun.
Mine's pretty modern. It's very like 80s
okay.
plastic. Yeah.
Yeah, the one I had was like cast iron.
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
it was great. I wish I wouldn't have gotten rid of it, but it
Grandpa
was like.
special. That's
The
perfect.
grandpa one. Yep.
And then Luke also sent me these Friday the 13th 1 through 9.
Look at that artwork
with
though.
some. Yeah, I know. I don't know who did these, but I hope they're proud. These are some really good illustrations.
It's
Yeah.
Luke's art for
They're
sure.
they're credited just as H, so I don't know who that is.
I don't know
Um,
any H graphic designers. That's weird. I don't know.
I don't either. And there's actual menus for these, and they're like half decent, you know. So I hope whoever did these.
I bet
is proud
H
of
did
them.
that.
Probably, I would assume.
Looks like AI.
Um,
Many hands.
Yeah. Sweet.
There's like 20 fingers on everybody,
Yeah, there you go.
and everyone's morphing into each other.
Yep.
But
Oh,
yeah, I meant to get around to watching these in October, but the time just kind of got away from me. So I've never seen any Friday the 13th movies, so
Wow.
I'm set for
This
next
will
year.
be a treat.
So
This will be a treat.
Yeah.
yeah, watch them all in like 240p crammed onto the
That's the
DVD.
way to do it.
Yeah. So then I got Hokkaido on Blu-ray.
Oh,
So I can
there
share
we
it with
go.
all my friends. Weirdly, the one I have on LaserDisc, there's a theatrical cut, which is about 50 minutes, and then the director's cut, which is like 75 minutes.
Wow. That's short.
On this Blu-ray, yeah, this was one of those like convention movies.
Okay. Yep.
Like it would get released in theaters, but it would be part of like a sci-fi film convention, and then it would come out on video later.
Yep.
So the theatrical cut is taken from film, but the director's cut seems to only exist in video. So the director's cut is still standard def. It's like just taken from a tape, not a VHS, but like
Yeah.
a production tape or something. It looks decent, but you know, it's kind of surprising putting it on for my friends and being like, oh,
I guess I'm not
But-
cool after all.
guess I'm not cool. Guess we should just watch the LaserDisc and I'll just
Yeah.
explain what happens.
Go home, everybody.
But then I also got Fist of the North Star on Blu-ray.
Sick.
So also so I can share it with my friends because they don't like reading Wikipedia plot synopses while watching movies. And then I got season 4 of Venture Brothers.
Hell yeah.
This comes on 2 sets for some reason, I guess just because of the length.
It's a big series. That
yeah.
one season.
And yeah, so pick this up. On the inside, this one, the inner case has a close-up photo of a nipple, and this one has a close-up of a nipple with blood on it. So,
Oh,
you know, that's
Sweet.
Good
nice
continuity.
and appetizing. Yeah. And then I picked this up in November. I know nothing about this movie, but Color of Pomegranates. The every time I see an image from this movie, it makes me want to watch it more. So hoping
Nice.
to get around to this sometime soon.
Not seen it.
that looks neat.
And then this is one of my, and I'm being dead serious, this is one of my favorite movies of all time. This is Detective Heart of America, The Final Freedom.
All right. What do we got?
I'm sure most of you, if not all of you, are familiar with Charlie the Unicorn and Llamas with Hats and all those.
Yay.
This is from the same guy. He has a series on YouTube called Detective Heart of America. and he did for the third episode. He did a full-length feature film.
Wow.
And he puts it on DVD, and you can buy it on his Etsy shop. This has not only the film, it has an audio commentary, and it has the audio for another full-length movie he made called Nick the Feature Film. So you can watch it with the audio of an entirely other movie playing over it.
Is that
he
signed?
signs them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's got an autograph, Jason Steele. And then you order on his Etsy shop, you get a sticker and a Pocket Man's card, all designed by him. Put it over there.
Sweet platypus.
And then you get a Fug poster, the Nation of Fug.
Wow.
I have so many questions, but I'll wait to see it. Yeah.
You can watch it on YouTube in HD for free, or you can pay like $10
And be
to
cool.
watch it in standard def on a DVD and have the commentary. So,
But it's signed.
It's signed.
and it's signed, and it has a collector card.
Bonus, yeah.
So that's it for movies. Then I got some CDs. Got yesterday's
Cool.
first Yes compilation, which has some stuff that hadn't been released on albums before then.
Sweet.
Finally got around to picking up Ziggy Stardust. This is the RCA one that Steve Hoffman forums say is the best one to get. So
You got to go with the Hoffman guys. They know what the score.
yeah, they've never led me astray.
Did you run that by Spencer though?
Yeah.
I didn't ask him, but I can, and I can go buy another one if he says I need to.
It's CD, though. He probably only likes the vinyl copy, so.
And I got the Velvet Underground and
Sweet.
Nico. So my girlfriend and I started listening to this recently, so I had to pick that up. And then I've been listening to a lot of Italian prog lately. There's a lot of Italian prog rock on YouTube because a lot of it just is kind of floating around in public domain. But this is Carante by The Trip. This is actually, they're not entirely Italian. They're like half British, half Italian. So they like moved to Italy and then picked up Italian members the longer they went.
Britalian.
So, yeah, Britalian, yeah. So this is a good, maybe not the best album I've listened to lately, but it was the cheapest I could get the quickest. So went ahead and picked it up. It's pretty good though. And then these two were part of my Zen Market package that I got. I'm trying to remember how to pronounce this. The group behind this is Jagarata. I guess is how you say it. It's a Japanese like rock jazz fusion album. By the end, it's just very insane. It's pretty cool though. This is the first CD release, which has very different artwork from the LP and later CDs. They have this image in black and white with like a yellow border. But I saw this one on Zen Market. I was like, well, yeah, I need this one. This is way better.
Yeah.
And then this is an album I've been looking for a couple of years, which is Four Visions by Eschaton. They were a French progressive rock band. This is the first album they recorded, but it was the second one they released. Originally, it only came out on a tape. And then in the 90s, they released this CD, which had a bonus track. And this is now kind of the most sought after version because the bonus track kind of perfectly rounds out the album. There was like a blue vinyl release that like someone on Discogs wants like $500 for.
Well, yeah.
No bonus
Makes
track,
sense.
so why would you want that? And
Well,
then
the
there
Steve
was
Hoffman forums.
Steve Hoffman says it's good.
But then there's like a 2015 CD that has more bonus tracks, but it doesn't have the one from this. And the cover art is just like a lame Photoshop picture of a rusty building. It's like, are you kidding? I want the eye rocks floating in space, like. But yeah. So finally got that. So that's it for me on physical pickups. So I'll pass it on to whoever's next.
Yeah, Max, right?
Yeah, I actually have a record, and I have something still LaserDisc slightly related because a former LaserDisc Santa recipient sent me a present.
Ooh.
And the present is a LaserDisc Santa hat, and this is embroidered.
Wow.
Holy smokes. That is very cool.
And it's literally like, that's like they used my logo that I had made, and this is my actual handwriting for my logo. So that's like the cool. I can't believe that's the coolest thing I've ever seen.
Crazy.
I was so stoked on that. I had to go get it though. I forgot to bring it out. I had it on my mantle with my Christmas stuff.
The print is great. Yeah, that's awesome.
And I'll give a big shout out to Sean Call and Mrs. Sean Call, because she apparently has an embroidery machine and she custom did this for me.
Wow.
That's
Really
awesome.
cool.
And I'm just like, and it's leopard print, which is very me.
Yeah.
It's very on brand.
Laser Santa's got an official hat.
I'm literally like, I was so floored by that. So I had to show that off, of course. And then this record was one I've been looking for a very long time, because my favorite Christmas song is the wackiest little Christmas song called The Happiest Little Christmas Tree. It's only on this record.
Wow.
Or a single. And I'm like, I can't just have that by itself. Like, I want to be able to play it, and enjoy it with
Let it go, yeah.
So it's Nat and Dean Martin, and there is The Happiest Little Christmas Tree.
I've never heard that. Wow.
Oh my gosh, it's you can hear it on YouTube by itself. It's very goofy, and I love it. It's my favorite.
I'll check it out.
Yeah, it's very Christmas perfection. So I'm very excited for this. And just, this came recently. I finally found a reasonable, and I guess that's like UK possibly pressing.
I was gonna say, it looked like it was like the thinner UK jacket.
Yeah, I think it's a UK pressing, which was made in Great Britain. Yep, that's partly why I had such hard time finding it.
Huh.
But it's stereo.
Score. Do you have an extra turntable you could send Marcus?
I probably have like 3.
Because he said he was really looking for one. So.
I have so many.
Perfect. There we go.
Such a good influence.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
Score. Vinny, I know you've been buying stuff.
Yeah, I didn't bring out everything. So, because Marcus showed it, I don't know if I showed these last time I was in here, but this is, let me move your faces. This is the Bringing Out the Dead Academy screener.
Yeah, I don't think we saw that.
Did we?
No, we didn't.
I don't think so.
We did not see that. Very cool.
Cool. So there's that. And also an Eyes Wide Shut Academy screener. Warner Brothers has spared no expense on that label.
Nice.
So, yeah, $219.99.
Shout out to Tim Allen in the chat. He's got the OG Nat King Cole Happiest Christmas Tree 45.
Oh,
Yes.
Yep. You're in
45.
good company there, Max.
Yes, we're friends now.
nice. This is not a VHS, but it's a faux
Cool.
VHS Blu-ray.
Oh, okay.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Yeah,
I
I
love
have
that.
Fast Times Ridgemont High one. I didn't know there was a Fletch one, so I immediately got it.
Huh.
I didn't
Yeah,
have it Blu-ray. A compact disc, a Sexy Beast soundtrack.
Nice.
Lots of Uncle remixes on here. There's a Dean Martin song on here. How about that?
Wow.
What?
And I just saw Jonathan Glazer's new movie, which is incredible, called Zone of Interest, and he only makes a movie a decade, basically. So check it out.
Slacker.
2 LPs. I'm not, a huge LP guy, but I got this Roxy Music best of.
Yeah, that's great.
Just
Great cover.
where it's from, but yeah, really cool cover.
Yeah.
And then I had to get the reissue of Stop Making
Oh,
Fun.
yes.
So I haven't even broken the seal on this one yet.
That's a must.
That's it on vinyl. These are books. This has been a big seller this season. This is Rick Rubin's book on creativity.
Oh, nice.
Called The Creative Act. So that could be a record. It could be a nipple. Who knows?
Does that have any Smoke Cheddar the Ascata interviews on there?
Yeah, it's like self-help, self-improvement, creativity thing that everyone seems to want this year.
Nice.
I think I've talked about this, but this is my buddy Matt Singer, writes for Screen Crush, wrote the definitive and probably only book on Siskel and Ebert together. So
Wow.
this is really cool if you're into Siskel and Ebert. Check it out.
That is
I now have to curse Bill DeLeo for sending me 3D stuff.
Look at
Wow.
you, 3D.
Oh, I'm suddenly buying 3D Blu-rays, like
Oh my gosh.
Force
Chris Holler
Awakens.
too. I love that though. That's super
Yeah.
cool.
That takes up a lot of shelf space, too. Look at that thing.
It does. My kids liked. I showed them some 3D and they were into it. So now I just grab a bunch of
It's fun.
3D. They're cheap, but they're cool. Look at this Rogue
Oh,
One.
yeah.
Awesome.
Slip.
Nice.
Very nice.
Yeah, they're all. The thing with these 3D discs is there's 4 discs in them all. They're like Blu-ray.
Yeah, you get
DVD,
everything.
3D digital copy.
Wow.
Done. I thought would be cool. to try.
That would be really cool.
I saw that
Wow.
one in the theaters in 3D
Did you?
3 times.
Wow.
Times?
Yeah.
Wow.
One for each D.
One for each.
Well, just because I wanted to see the volleyball scene more than once.
Well, I mean,
Right.
yeah.
Of course.
Really want to check out Dial M. This is
It's import, huh?
3D, but 3D is regionless, I've learned.
Yep.
You can't really in region code 3D. So
That's
those are just some highlights of 3D. But then I just got stacks of this stuff.
That's rad,
Kids
though.
movies, Life of Pi. I have a Resident Evil movie now in my life. I've never
Wow.
seen it. Like, why?
I've watched all those. Those are actually pretty good.
Just a few Blu-rays I'll show you. This I got because I thought the cover was really cool. It's a documentary about female directors. It's really cool because I almost got a tattoo of the M-Pass logo.
I remember hearing this tale, yeah.
Yeah, it was going to be King of Comedy with the number, but you don't get numbers tattooed on you. There's reasons for that. Scored this, which I always like.
Nice.
Vestron.
Vestron.
We have that same release.
Look,
Yeah.
you have a similar collection.
Our collections overlap at
Wow.
Corey Feldman.
Two things. Stripes Steelbook? I don't know.
Wow, okay.
But whatnot?
Nice.
Why not? I didn't have Stripes. I didn't have it. I might have the LD, but I didn't have it on Blu-ray.
Yeah.
So it's got the thing on the back.
It's probably the long cut, too.
Yeah, maybe. Pennies from Heaven. I love the Steve Martin one. I did not know there was the
Same.
everything made from the Brits. This is the British TV series version of it.
So it's probably
Oh.
better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure it's better. City of God, which I did not have on Blu-ray. Fifth Element, I did not have
Nice.
on Blu-ray.
Oh.
I
actually have that.
soon, so I might as well show them the Blu-ray.
Podcast
I had the
favorite.
Yeah.
Super Bit DVD.
I had that, too.
Blind Buy on an A24 horror movie from earlier this year that I did not
Oh
see.
yeah, I saw that. That movie is really
good?
crazy. Yeah, it's good.
So I'm going to watch that. And then I have a shit ton of Criterion, but I'm not going to bore you with all of them, but just some highlights.
Stack them up like Luke.
Yeah.
I mean, one movie I've been waiting. I'm not a guy who's like just dying for something to get issued on Blu-ray, but After Hours is.
Oh, yeah.
It's
So
a-
good.
I mean, it's one of my favorite Scorsese films, and really the movie that sort of made me love movies because it's the first time I really was aware of just how unique it was, you know. And he did a lot of camera tricks in it, and just such a weird black comedy and great old Soho, Manhattan, pre-gentrification. It's really just one of my favorites ever. If you haven't seen it, you absolutely have to see it. Another Scorsese just came out, 4K, Mean Streets.
Sweet.
I had to get Hugo, which Arrow put out, even though I have the 3D one. It's not 3D, but it's 4K. So I had to get that with that really cool cover.
I need to try that again. That was a weird movie.
I liked it. My kids
I never
liked it.
saw it.
Got the others.
There we go.
Yeah. And so I didn't get the 4K because it was a lot more. And I'm like, I don't know. I'm down on 4K. Like I'll get it if it's like After Hours or something that hasn't been out before. But in general, I don't know. I'm not, I'm using an E-Shift. I'm not an HDR guy, so sometimes I'm fine with Blu-ray.
I was going to say, that's one movie where HDR would probably be a magnificent benefit just because of the details and the shades of gray and black. Yeah. But
coincidentally, a movie similar, there's this and there's The Innocents, all kind of in the same.
We just watched that like the previous Halloween. That was really good. Yeah.
This one I have not seen. Innocents I've seen is great.
Yeah, it's fun.
This I watched during my last COVID bout, Hiroshima Mon Amour, which is really amazing. I'd never seen it, but it really lives up to the hype. It's usually way up on best of lists.
Looks sealed.
This has never been open.
Yeah.
So I didn't have it on DVD. I got an Eclipse set as well. This guy Basil Dearden made a bunch of cool movies in the 50s and 60s in the UK. I watched 3 of them recently. Sapphire. They're really ahead of their time. Sapphire's, this interesting story about a woman who gets murdered, and it seems like a regular case, and then they bring her brother in to identify her body, and her brother is black, and it throws everyone for a loop. This is early 60s, late 50s UK. So it's interesting to see how the people and the police handle it. All Night Long is a great one about jazz, this jazz scene in London in the 50s, and Charles Mingus is in it. and
Oh,
Dave
wow,
Beck is
nice.
it's just crazy. So these are all really cool. So I like them. So I got the clips. Was that it? Yeah, I think that's it. Bore you with other stuff. There's a few other random things. Sherlock, BBC Sherlock, which I've been meaning to show my son.
Yeah,
but
that's
it's
a fun series.
you can't really find it streaming. Like maybe it's a.
It did kind of
BritBox
disappear, huh?
thing. Yeah, so I got the first season anyway.
Yep.
Which was really good.
Oh,
Yeah, so we'll watch that. Is that it? Yeah, I think that's it.
Nice.
Oh, one more. Sorry, I grabbed this.
Whoa.
Got
Nice.
a super cheap on
Wow.
Whatnot. It's out of print, I think. This is the Blu-ray of the early Hitchcocks.
Yeah, I've got the Lady Vanishes separately, but I don't have that box. That's cool.
Yeah, I've seen all of these, but I didn't own. I mean, I own obviously this Criterion Silvers for a couple of these, but
Yeah.
foreign card I didn't have. So that's good to have on the shelf.
Sweet.
And that is it.
All
Yep.
right. We're up to recommendation time.
Ooh,
I'll be
what
quick.
do we recommend? Anything?
I've watched a lot of things, but since the last podcast, I did watch one thing that just kicked my ass up and down the street and is instantly a favorite, and that is Pluto. It's an anime. It's on Netflix, and it's an adaptation of a manga that's basically like the Watchmen, the Alan Moore graphic novel that was like taking old Charlton comic book characters, recontextualizing them in a new fashion in the 80s, and it's kind of one of the best books of all time according to people that write lists. Anyways, this is like a version of that in which they take Astro Boy characters and recontextualize them. So it's like Astro Boy robots are getting murdered one after another, and then this one detective that looks a lot like Bruce Willis in Surrogates goes out, and he is also a robot, so there's lots of Blade Runner 2049 vibes in there. Goes out and begins investigating this scenario, but it's detailed, it's like super layered. Each episode is about an hour long, so it's serious. It's not messing around. None of these half-hour wimpy anime series. Just super killer. And again, it's super philosophical. So there's like I think it's the second episode. Just this one guy is an aging composer, and he's got this butler robot that just happens to be a war robot that's been repurposed, and they're just having these battles, verbal battles and sparring this whole time because the robot wants to learn how to play piano, and the ancient composer is completely against that. So lots of kind of AI tension going on in this thing. Really cool stuff. And of course, Astro Boy's in it too. He's a character named Adam, and he's one of the smartest, most advanced robots, and just really, really good stuff. So Pluto, I wish it was on LaserDisc. I would buy it.
wow.
Yeah. What do you got, Ryan?
I saw Dream Scenario and it was ass. And I really
But
liked
Cage.
Cage.
Yeah.
And there were like 4 good sequences that were just hilarious, but the movie as a whole felt really flat and just never got anywhere.
That's some recommendation.
Yeah, so I also saw The Retirement Plan, and that was much better. Nicolas Cage, he's a ex like CIA, basically a cleaner, and he's retired and basically on ice on a beach, and his daughter gets into some trouble, and he gets pulled back into action, and he plays it up and looks great in like a Hawaiian shirt with long hair, and just pure Nicolas Cage. So skip Dream Scenario, check out The Retirement Plan.
I don't know. The critics said Dream Scenario is pretty good. I don't know. I'm hearing good buzz about it. Yeah.
Luke and I both did not like it, and I saw Dream Scenario with 3 other people, and they all hated it as well. So just
Wow.
it didn't get anywhere. It had a great premise.
Just didn't understand it, man.
I mean, it's funny.
Yeah.
The subtext went right over your head.
Yeah.
All right, what do you got, Marcus?
I actually have no recommendations this month. One, because I've been working so much, I haven't really been watching anything outside of LD. The only movie I've seen in the theater in the last month has been Trolls with my kids, and I do not recommend it unless you have children that want to see that movie. Don't go see that as an adult. I cannot see that being enjoyable for a group of adults hanging out as friends. Definitely not. Your kids will probably like it, but I definitely was not into it. I I am. Well, I'm not going to mention this one because I know Hayden's going to mention it. But whatever Hayden's recommendation is, I'm going to go see it soon. I'm going to go see it soon, and I'm sure it's going to be a recommendation for me next month. So
I haven't seen it either. So yeah.
Yeah, with that, I'm not going to steal Hayden's thunder. I'll let Hayden talk about it. Go ahead, Hayden.
So I have 3 things I'd like to recommend.
Okay, Howard.
First one I actually recommended last month, and I'm going to recommend it even harder now. Venture Brothers.
Yes,
Everybody, go
Radiant
watch
is
Venture
the blood
Brothers.
of the baboon heart. Must have.
My girlfriend and I. It's streaming on HBO Max.
Yes.
Great. Okay.
So
great.
or you can get the DVD box set that has the entire series. It's going for way cheap on secondary market, and the movie is on Blu-ray.
That's pretty cheap too. A lot of times, the movie.
Yeah, and me and my girlfriend just finished watching it for the 3rd time, the whole series. This time, showing it to her brother.
Yep.
And it just having watched it a 3rd time now, I recommend it 3 times as hard as I did the last time. It's so good. It's so rewatchable. It's so funny.
Yep.
Worth every second. The second thing I'll recommend is also on HBO Max, the series Scavenger's Reign. It is so good. It's animated in the style very similar to Moebius and other French sci-fi comics.
Ooh.
But it's a very kind of dark, serious, very grounded, realistic sci-fi. It's not kind of a big fantastical thing. It's about these astronauts who get stranded on this planet, and it's these different parties of them, and they don't know if anyone else is alive, and they're trying to get to the wreckage of their ship to hopefully find out if anyone else is alive. And a lot of really, really crazy off-the-wall shit happens along the way. And then my biggest recommendation is Godzilla -1.
There we go.
This is the best Godzilla movie I've seen in the theaters. This might be the best Godzilla movie ever made. I need to sit with it a bit more. If it's not the best, it's tied for the best. I would say with between this and 2016's Shin Godzilla, the original Godzilla has been remade perfectly. These 2 movies, they both take different elements of the original and basically zero in on those elements and crank them up to 11. With -1, it's more the small scale human drama and what the presence of a Godzilla means for that. In particular with this found family that forms, that's not really a spoiler, it's pretty early in the movie, but this small family that forms in the wake of the aftermath of World War II. And it's just so good. Everything about it is perfect. It's gotten an extended theatrical release,
which is great.
So
these things usually just get
great.
a Fathom Events night, and that's it, or something, or maybe 2 nights. Yeah.
Yeah, and I wasn't getting my hopes up to see it again because of that, but since it has gotten an extended release, I may have to try to find time to see it again before it hits Blu-ray.
And it's in IMAX too, so.
Yeah.
Yes, we saw it in IMAX digital, so just bigger than normal, and that was great. Lots of great surround sound, lots of good, reason to go see it bigger. There were, not super packed where we saw it here, but there was a few people that went and saw it. That was pretty great. Highly recommend it. Even if you're not a Godzilla fan, you don't need to have seen any Godzilla movie. It's a complete standalone thing. If you've seen the original, then you may have some more appreciation for certain things, but it's not a real fan servicey type of thing. It's just a really good movie.
Wow.
So highly recommend it.
Awesome.
What do you got, Max?
Well, that's I was looking at all the things in the theaters lately and considering what to see, and I was considering the Godzilla, but I was like, oh, am I gonna be disappointed?
Nope.
And then I was like, oh, well, maybe Nick Cage and the Dream one, and then nah, maybe not. And then so now I haven't seen any of those. I went and saw they had a limited release of Christmas Vacation at the theater.
Oh wow.
So I saw that in like modern day on like modern screen in an afternoon, and that was great. But the thing I saw most recently was, besides that, was probably Thanksgiving. That was the
Eli Roth
one.
one.
Yeah, everyone was like hyped on that for like literally like 15 years. They were hyped on a trailer, and that's like the craziest thing I've ever heard. And actually, I felt like I have mixed feelings about it because I feel like in like 10 years we can look back at this movie and then like laugh at like how like it's like The Net, you know, how it's like stuck in an era of time where it's like perfectly preserved or something like that, and like some of these slasher ones. But I'm worried it's going to be more like the remake of Friday the 13th, where it's kind of like cringe, like current, but because it's just like so cell phone based, like
okay.
holding a cell phone in like every scene, and like that's the only thing that rubbed me, because I felt like all of the casting I felt like was good. Like I didn't feel like there was like, I loved that Patrick Dempsey was in it. Like I loved a lot of the adult characters, and the teenage characters were like, they were fine. I was like fine with them. They were like no more like or less interesting than anyone in like a Friday the 13th. It's very Friday the 13th, Halloween, all of the slasher stuff. And I loved all of that. There was some really like totally crazy scenes, and it was just like, it was great. I thought it was great, but I think the cell phone element is still like, in modern day, I just feel like that's going to be cringe later, but we shall see.
All right.
I enjoyed it as well. So
yeah.
All right, Vinny, what do you got?
Past Lives is fantastic. Korean, English, foreign, not really foreign, but A24.
I was going to say, A24 do it?
Yeah.
They did.
You get a kickback every A24 film you mention.
The shirt.
They tend to make good movies.
Yeah.
One good, some good, some bad. That was really good. The Jonathan Glazer movie I mentioned, Zone of Interest, is just incredible. I thought, you think you've seen every angle about the Holocaust, but I hadn't expected this one, and it's really an angle, a look at it I did not expect, because I really didn't know anything about it going in. That's also A24.
What isn't nowadays? Yeah,
I know. Well, it's award season, so that's that good stuff comes out. The new season of Fargo. This is the 5th season. I don't think I ever finished the 4th one. That was the Chris Rock one. 3rd one was okay. Ewan McGregor. First 2 are the best, but this one definitely closer to its roots, set in sort of present day 2019. John Hamm gets to play a bad guy and just really dig in. Juno Temple gets the accent down. You know, she's English, so to do the accent is great. And it's a lot more violent than the first few. So it's definitely, but it is the Coen brothers aesthetic. Jennifer Jason Leigh is in it, who was in Hudsucker Proxy, and I was trying to think if there were any other Coen alumni in the other seasons, but I don't think there were. So worth getting back into Fargo. And I'm rewatching The Bear with my kid because it's so great. So we're just about done with it now. So yeah, that's been awesome to watch again.
Nice.
Check that out.
That's Fargo. That's like an American Horror Story kind of thing, where each season is like a totally different story. Yeah.
Yeah. So the first 2 were related, but the rest were not.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Good to know. All right. We're almost done. Good job, everybody. It's not 4 hours. I mean, we could pad it. Sit around for a little bit. Final thoughts. What's spinning next? I'm probably gonna dig into. Actually, I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna spin next, because I wasn't planning on watching Dawn of the Dead last night, but I watched it. But I'm planning on spinning some more like the new Japanese pile I got. You know, maybe sea bass. Yeah.
Cracks me up every time I think of freaking Dumb and Dumber.
I'll break out some sea bass. Yeah, watch that. It's good. I mean, I've seen it before, but it'll be fun to watch it on LD. Yeah, see how it is. Like, was that 90s press? That might actually be decent. I don't know. I think it's 90s. Yeah, 90s, because mid 90s. So probably gonna be good. What are you gonna watch next, Ryan?
I'm probably gonna watch Vanishing Son 4. Because
sure.
again, suck it, Giannis.
Let's see. That's a poster quote.
Yes.
What's up next for Marcus?
I am probably going to watch Scrooge next. I've actually never seen that before. But got it, I don't know, maybe 6 months ago. So in the Christmas theme,
Yeah.
that's what I'll be watching. And then Santa's with Muscles,
Yes.
probably after that.
Well, yeah, you got to watch that.
Yeah.
It's a classic. I mean, I've never seen it, but it's a classic. Ryan's got all the copies, so I can't watch it.
Jordan them, yeah.
What's up for Hayden?
Eventually, my girlfriend and I will be watching Excalibur. I've seen it once before, and it was on a pan and scan copy that a friend gave me. So a while back, I picked up the letterbox copy. She's never seen it at all. And it's one of those where we'll say like, "Oh yeah, we'll watch it this weekend," and then the weekend rolls around, and then we'll be like, "Oh, well, maybe we should watch it now." And then it's like, "Oh yeah, it's like a 2.5 hour movie," so it's time kind of escapes us. But we'll be watching that eventually. I'm eager to rewatch it.
That movie's so weird because it was always on pay cable in the 80s.
I'm gonna say, yeah, it was one of the 7 movies in rotation.
So I watched it all the time, but I had no idea what the beginning was. Like there's like the scene with Merlin and the kind of sexy Merlin scene. I always thought that was like in the middle of the movie, but it's not. That's like really up front. And so I had no sense of the actual pacing and the structure of that film because you just come into it whenever you're on cable and they're like, oh, there it is. Yeah.
Yeah, I watched it a couple years ago. There's a few images I remember, but as a whole, it's very foggy. I didn't absorb it very well, so eager to rewatch it widescreen.
Stylish, yeah. Good stuff. What's up for Max?
Well, on Christmas theme, I actually watched A Christmas Story 2, which has like Daniel Stern in it, which I didn't know.
And it's not My Summer Story, which is this.
No, it's
which is the actual sequel.
Yeah, like it's just literally like supposed to be like Ralphie at age 16.
Yeah.
And it was like instead of the Red Ryder BB gun, he wants like a car, and it was like I was totally set up to hate it, and I didn't hate it at the end of it. So I would say like it's like if you're kind of like it wasn't horrible, like it's not great, but if you're like I'm kind of in the mood for Christmas Story, but I watched that like for 24 hours straight already, so like
take a break,
maybe take a break, watch that one. Like it's pretty good. But like I think on Laser, I mean I haven't watched My Santa with Muscles yet, so probably gonna watch My Santa with Muscles.
I mean it's kind of the cool thing to watch. So here. Yeah, what's up next in Vinny's player?
I think I want to try that since it's the only Hong Kong disc I have. I want to see what that full contact looks like because it is it dual? What's the deal with those?
Yeah, I think that's got Cantonese and Mandarin, but it might be
some have English.
Yeah,
pretty sure it has English subs.
Yeah, it does have English
dual
subs.
subtitles.
Yes, it's got Mandarin and English
on screen at the same time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, cool.
And then the audio you could switch between Cantonese or Mandarin. I think it's stereo. That one's stereo because it's got like cool like was it extreme songs on the soundtrack and like techno songs and stuff. So yeah, it's pretty good. It's got a good sound.
And it's a Golden Cinema release. Those are generally decent in terms of picture quality and being able to actually read the subs.
Are they? It's not widescreen, I assume.
It's letterbox.
Yeah, it's letterbox. Yeah, but it's not super wide anyways.
185.
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
It's got some great dialogue in there. You're gonna want to talk to us about it after the fact.
I'll watch it in the bro closet.
Yeah, yeah. You have a bro closet, which is much smaller than the bro cave.
Yeah. I can't sit in the closet. I sit outside of it, but the TV is in the closet.
Yeah, it's like a weird little concoction there. What's the family think of the bro closet?
The plasma that I took down from the 3rd floor. It was a nightmare. It's the heaviest thing ever.
Hey, it's CRT. It's got to be light, right? Anyways, that's about it for the show. Hopefully you guys out there in YouTube land. Shout out to J1969 and Indie Phantom out there. Hopefully everyone had a good time. We'll be back. You never know when we're going to show up. We could just
next year. That we know probably.
Maybe. I don't know. Yeah.
Who knows? We might do more.
Yeah, we're mysterious sometimes. But yeah, thanks for hanging out, everyone, and have a happy
50
holiday.
episodes.
Yes.
50 episodes.
50 episodes, right?
We're halfway there.
It's a milestone.
Wow.
Once we get 100, we're going to get signed.
Yep.
Halfway to syndication.
Yeah, syndication. So there you go. Look for us on your TV of choice when we get
51. Our royalties kicking.
Yeah, that's when the big bucks come in.
That's when they take the limit off the corporate card.
Oh yeah.
Hello, imports. Nice. Anyways, cheers everyone. Hope you have a great holiday, and we'll be back.